Hey everybody, can you guys can hear me? Okay, yeah, it looks like it's all good and set up. Let me put my glasses on really quick so I can read the comments a lot better because I'm kind of blind, you know. If you didn't know that. Try again, Jordan. Hello, my costume this year was really good. Did you like it? I really liked it, Alex. It was really good. Your aunt did a great job crocheting that. That goat, how are you doing? How are you doing, man? I don't think I've ever seen you on one of my live streams. How you doing, dude? Bernardo Sweat, not. Hey, I think I've seen you on some recent Sam and Colby reaction videos. How you doing, man? Thank you for joining us. Bernardo, I think is how you pronounce your name. Saza, of course. Oh, haven't seen you in a while. Glad I could go on early. That's why probably one of the reasons why I went on early was because I was wanting to catch Saza. I haven't seen her on one of the live streams in a while, so glad I caught you there. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason, and I know for no reason the gunpowder treason should never be forgot. Hi, everybody. Hello, Sebastian. Brunette Jordan is back. I am back with my normal hair color. Yes, I am. Thank you guys for joining, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to talk about several things, and the first thing we're going to talk about is how somebody sent me a, I know, Alex, happy birthday, man. I'm really, how old are you going to be again? Happy, early birthday, by the way. If everybody wants to give Alex a happy birthday in the comments, that would be awesome. I missed you too, Morticia. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad. Okay, yeah, first thing we're going to talk about is how someone sent me a prank, and I'm going to tell you guys a story. 14, that's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Did you see the kid in the window from the... I did, man. I did. Actually, I follow Sam and Colby on Twitter, and it wasn't until after I went on my Twitter, probably late last night, and they said, like, I can't believe we missed this in the window, and I'm like, oh my god, could you imagine if you guys caught that in, like, the window itself? Oh, dude. Crazy, crazy stuff. Teddy, I'm coming on, so you better get this party started. There you go. Happy birthday, Alex. Yes, glad. Hey, Lee, thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us too, Teddy. I'm glad to see you here. Wow, a lot of people are jumping on, and guys, but be sure to slay that like button, by the way, if you like this type of content. And there's a couple of things we're going to be talking about today, and one of those things, of course, is yes, I'm going to be talking about my personal feelings on Sam and Colby. I know a lot of you guys were actually curious to hear what I have to say about Sam and Colby. And we will be talking about that after this. But I want to go ahead and tell you guys what this is. I was sent this letter yesterday morning. I got to tell you, I was sent this letter, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. I just know I went downstairs, got coffee. I woke up around like 2 in the afternoon. I was up late editing stuff, and I was just posting. I have a movie reaction coming to Patreon. Big Top Pee Wee is going to be coming to Patreon. I'm actually waiting on it to fucking load, but it's taking forever, and I'm waiting for that. So I went back upstairs, and I got called back downstairs. It was my dad. He's called me back downstairs, and I went down there, and he's like, he looks at me, and he holds this up like this, and at this point, I'm like, what is that? And I grab it, and he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, great, what is it? And dude, it said, I knew it was a prank when I grabbed it, and I was like kind of shocked. I was like, I don't have no idea what this is about. And it's, look at this. Someone sent me this. Right? I'm going to get this up close. Hopefully it kind of focuses. I'm not sure if it will. Smell my thongs, right? And it's my P.O. box information, which is, by the way, on the channel if you guys ever want to set us up. Smellmythongs.com, right? And it says, warned for at least 48 hours, 2 days, guaranteed freshness. Dude, I sat there, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell kind of website I clicked on, and I should have known it was a prank when it said JCARTS Arts 98292. I'm like, oh, that should have told me right there and then it was a prank. And I was like, dude, I didn't even hesitate. I was like, I'm going to see what this is about. So I opened this thing, and not only did, like, this was pretty good. I actually looked at their website, right? And I'm still curious who sent me this, right? So if one of you sent me this, you better let me know, because I'm curious. I'm going to applaud you. But look what it has on the inside. First thing it has when you open it is a little bit of fabric, right? Okay, so that's great, right? I'm just curious about all the post office employees who probably saw that, and we're thinking, this guy's a giant pervert. And then I pulled out the envelope and the letter, and I should have known it was a prank when it said JCARTS Arts 98292, because that's my, you know. And it says, look at this. It's just a prank, bro. And we bring him back, and it's just a house on fire with a little girl smiling at the camera. I should have known. And then on the back, look what it says. Sorry to disappoint you, no dirty thongs in here, but whoever delivered this to you now thinks you're weird. Oops, haha. Hi, we've been trying to reach you regarding your car's extended warranty. I laughed so hard. We all had a good laugh. It was great. It was a great prank. It was awesome. I laughed so fucking hard. The first person I went to was Lane. I was like, oh, dude, Lane sent me this. I just know he did. He didn't send me it, so... Whoever sent me that, please comment your name. I would love to say that was awesome. All right, now I'm going to go back up and try to catch all you guys. Francis, thank you for joining us, man. Me and Jordan go back a while because my aunt are good friends with him. And when I have bad days at school, I watch his lives. And thanks, everyone, for saying happy birthday. Yeah, I spend my entire life working these days. Sebastian, I need to catch up on these Sam and Colby videos. What do they talk about again? Sam and Colby are paranormal investigators on YouTube, and people really enjoy me reacting to their channel. We'll be getting to how I personally feel about Sam and Colby, though, here in a bit. In one of the Sam and Colby vids with FaZe Rug, you can hear a girl whisper, "I'm here," in the background. You know, it's interesting. I will get to why one of the reasons why Sam and Colby sort of annoy me. They don't annoy me on the level you might be thinking, because I've been called a Scrooge, but they do certain things that do annoy me with the videos they release. Okay, and it's just something I want to get off my chest, because people have been calling me a Scrooge and stuff. Like, I can't enjoy their videos just to enjoy them, and there's reasons why. There are reasons why, and I will tell you about them. That's crazy, though, Bernardo. Hey, yo, guys, remember 10,000 before 2022. If we could actually get to 10,000 subs before 2022, that's kind of the goal, but if we can't, it's 100% okay. We're not gonna lose hope, but we're not gonna, get all emotional, but that is the goal. Sam and Colby are my favorite YouTubers. Sorry, Jordan, but they're the best. No, dude, don't apologize. It's okay. I get it. I do. I'm not like, I'm not gonna destroy anybody who loves Sam and Colby. I'm not gonna do that. Absolutely, I like their channel. So I like their channel. Vedel XO. Vedel XO. I like the Dragon Ball Z picture right there. How you doing, Vedel? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Nerd Rage, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you, Vedel. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, by the way? How are you doing? Garcia, is it because they talk about the merch and jokes a lot of these? It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons. Don't. I'll get to it. It's one of the reasons, though. That is one of the good reasons why that. It's not... Okay, we're going to go ahead and dive into this. We're going to go ahead. Are you Sam and Colby like the new Ghost Hunters? Whoa, that's... What was that? What was that? I like them when they are serious, but then when they talk about their merch and likes and... All right, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Do you not like Sam and Colby? I do, Garcia. I do. I do react to their channel for a reason. I'm subscribed to their channel. I do like their content. I'm just going to talk about one, because people, always tell me, why are you such a Scrooge? Why are you annoyed so much by them? And it's not really their fault. It's not really their fault why I'm annoyed. Well, I take that back. It might be a little bit, but I feel like you'd like the Overnight and TFIL channel more. And that's possible. That probably is true, but I would like to keep watching Sam and Colby, see how they progress, because I do think they actually have potential to get better. And I actually really liked that last video a lot. So we will get into that. Bro, the fact that I can walk to your house and it can take me 5 minutes to get there is amazing. I know, right? Can't believe how much I've missed the brunette hair color daddy. Right? I've missed it too. After I went blondish, I sort of really liked it. By the way, who's calling you a Scrooge? Just subscribers who love Sam and Colby. They're not meaning it in a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. They say, I'm subscribed to you anyways. Scrooge, sometimes I'm a little bit too serious, and I can't enjoy their content. That's fine. That's 100% understandable. I get it. But and this isn't really a bash towards them at any reason. This is not a bash towards people who think that. There are reasons, though, why I do feel that way. And one of the reasons why one of the down parts of Sam and Colby's channel, in my personal opinion, now this is coming from a guy who has only 6,000 subs, okay? I almost have 7,000 subs. This is coming from a guy who has 7,000 subs. Do not take anything I say. Take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm not attacking Sam and Colby. I'm not bashing them in any way. They have a respectably... They are respectably a big channel for a reason. They are respectable. They have a lot of great humor. They have a lot of... they are a great channel. So don't take this like I'm sitting here like throwing stakes at them or I'm trying to like burn their channel. No. I like their channel quite a bit, actually. Love your videos. Thank you, Thagoat. I appreciate that. Have you ever watched the British ghost hunting show Most Haunted? I have not. Hey, yo, I'm going to have the best night ever. Watch the stream and eat. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Jordan and Michael should do a tag team fight with Sam and Colby. We're way too small for that. We're way too small for that. But we wouldn't want to do that anyways because, again, I like their channel. One of the reasons why I am like, this is one of the things that annoys me about their channel is the fact that we're dealing with something as serious or as, well, it is a serious subject for the most part. I mean, most of the times when you talk about ghosts, the paranormal, supernatural things, it can be effective. It can be scarring on some people's lives. It can be terrifying. And then we do a... okay, because there's a lot of situations when I'm watching these guys' videos, and I'm enjoying it. When I'm really enjoying it, that's when they have to ruin it, right? By, like, stopping what they're doing, and going like, and by the way, this is a good moment to show you guys the new merch. And then they would stop, play a silly not really hipster, a really funky soundtrack in the background and try to sell their merchandise. And it's just like, you just took me out of the video you just took me out of the video. And I'm like so into it right now. And I'm like, oh wow, this is very interesting, like crazy stuff. And then they'll just merch. Let's talk about our merch. And I think that if the timing was better on those moments, because if I do merchandise talk, which we do have merchandise, but if I did merchandise talk, I try to do it before or after the video. Most of the time, I try to do it after and before the video. Sometimes during these live streams, if we're talking and then it just come up, we'll talk about it. But like, but I'm not talking about, ghosts or the supernatural. I'm not going out there investigating haunted houses or buildings and stuff. And when I'm watching those types of videos, I'm so focused on what I'm watching. Now, again, that's just me. Sometimes this works for people. Sometimes they find it hilarious. Sometimes they really like that stuff. And that is awesome. That is 100% okay. I'm not saying it's not. Hey, the English Super Boo fan, how you doing? You're doing merch talk. Man, you're doing merch talk. I am doing merch talk right now, yeah. But I'm not like, have a peaceful weekend, friend. Love from Germany. Thank you, Stefan. I appreciate that, man. Are we talking bets on this or... No, again, you guys should understand that this is not a bash towards Sam and Colby by any means whatsoever. Because, again, I wouldn't be subscribed to their channel if I really hated them. I wouldn't be watching their channel if I really didn't like them. You know what I mean? So that is something you should just completely throw out of the way. It's not because he hates them, because I do like them. I do. And I actually think they'd be really cool guys to meet. I think they'd be very cool, chill people. Sometimes their humor doesn't work for me, but this is coming from a guy who watches horror films, who watches films in general, really appreciates when humor is delivered right, and sometimes when you, sometimes they'll be dancing and then they'll just, insert, a fart sound effect, and that to me is not funny. That's bluntly and honestly, that is not funny to me. But, again, I can understand why a lot of people like them. The younger audiences love Sam and Colby, not saying a lot of older people don't either. But a lot of the younger audiences love Sam and Colby. They're about as old as me, right? We're all about 24, 25 years old. So, hey, Dan, how you doing? Happy bonfire night, Guy Fox night, November the 5th. Hope you well, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hit that like button, folks. Thank you so much, Saza. Have you tried the Ouija? No. I know people who have done Ouija boards, though, in my life, and shit has gone down. I mean, actually... When we hit 10,000 subs, me and Michael actually planned on making a video just telling you guys all of our paranormal encounters and stuff because we thought that would be a good idea. Let's see. I agree. That's the ginger hair. He's got that rage in him. How is Church? Lee, Church is doing good, man. Church is doing good. He's actually laying in the bathroom right now. Doing good, thanks. And you? I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. But seriously, who's calling you a Scrooge? What are their names? Where do they live? Just kidding. Or am I? No, I am. No, those people are awesome. The people who watch these videos and they are okay with my criticisms and watch it because they like the different. I think they, people who watch the Sam and Colby reactions love a different kind of take on them. They like to see someone kind of be on more. They like the different opinions, and I respect that. I'm glad that they don't just sit there and oh, you can't enjoy this content and stuff. Fuck you and stuff like that. No, they're really cool, really chill people. They're really nice. They're subscribed to my channel. I appreciate them. I'm glad they can at least accept my personal opinion. Really means a lot. And I think, this is no surprise when I come out and say I like their content but don't love the content, because most people can kind of get get that when I'm obviously watching their videos. I think one of the things, last night, and I kind of dove into this after the video last night, or the night before is when I filmed it, but then I posted it yesterday because it was taking forever to upload. I went and said, like, towards the end of their video, the Conjuring video that they did when they stayed the night in the house, they were talking, like they were doing this ritual, this prayer towards the end, and the music in the background at this point was so loud and just so blaring over everything they were trying to say, to the point where, like, if there was anything like a ghost talking in the background, you would not have caught it because that music was so loud. And, like, I was literally going like this. Like, I was like, okay, the music's getting really loud. And it was like, because as long, for however long the prayer was going, it was getting louder and louder and louder towards, until towards the end when it finally just stopped. And it really was, it was like, if there was any ghost in the background trying to make themselves known, you would have completely missed it because you would rather put music over moments when you should be kind of quiet. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like Ghost Adventures, for example. They add some background music in their videos, and they do that for ambiance, they do that to set the mood. But to me, it's like when you're ghost hunting, you really want to be quiet and focused. Because if you're not focused and quiet, which they were in the situation, but it's really hard because their fans actually, they would never have known that there was a boy in that window if it wasn't for the fans who watched their videos and said, "Hey, how could you guys miss this?" They would never have known. Do you know what I mean? So like if there was anything towards the end of that video when the music was blaring, the fans could have caught it, but they had the music blaring so much that there was no way in heck they could have caught it. So I feel like the music should be toned down a lot, especially in situations where it's very serious. We're trying to listen for anything that could be possibly paranormal. I mean, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope I'm not trying to bash them. Got that nerd rage. Hey, man. Every once in a while. But it's not really nerd rage. It's just explaining my personal opinion. My favorite one from Hell Week was the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I still need to watch that one, man, on Sam and Colby's channel. You probably would enjoy that video. I got to check it out. I will check it out. I'll never understand anyone who sees Sam and Colby as human beings, but I respect your opinion. You're still a badass. Hey, everybody is held to their own opinions, and I respect their opinions. That's why I watch it. Well, thank you, Bernardo. I appreciate that, man. In one of their movies, they got a paranormal investigator see something attached or following Sam and Colby. But everywhere they go, something happens. What do you think of Amanda, though she's legit? So, Amanda is the psychic, right? The person they called last on the Conjuring video to ask what they should do. And by the way, she told them to play religious music to help, but they played like war music from back in the day. So I was like, that's not really religious music, but whatever. Hey, Dorn, did you by any chance see the long box of The Damned this year from I have not, Sebastian. But what do I think of Amanda? I like Amanda. I think she's very sweet, very kind. Obviously, there was that one video in the Conjuring house where she was like telling them to leave every single room after one thing was like not right. She would tell them to leave that room. But in my opinion, if you're gonna be ghost hunting, you're gonna have to take risks sometimes. You know what I mean? Like if I were to go out and ghost hunt, I mean, there's obviously a point where you should stop, and if the psychic is telling you to stop, you should probably stop. But to me, it was almost like after every time they were about to get really good evidence, they would stop. And I understand getting scared, but isn't that kind of the point of ghost hunting, is to trying to find answers? To me, that's like, in my opinion, isn't that what ghost hunting and paranormal investigating is all about? Trying to find answers, even knowing you are taking risks? Because when you go into these buildings, you're probably walking on molded floors. You have the risks of falling through the floors, getting impaled by wood. I mean, there's so many things, black mold. There's so many things you have to take into consideration when you go paranormal investigating, when you're checking out these abandoned buildings. And, not trying to compare that, but everything you do when it comes to paranormal investigating it can be a life-risking situation. Now, would I ever do this? No, but that's why I'm not going out and paranormal investigating. So when you do these things, you should probably take some risks. And I'm like, after every few minutes of that Conjuring video, when she was telling them, we should leave the room, they would immediately pack up and leave. After even if they were very close to getting something, you would never know because they had to leave. And not saying that's her fault. She was obviously being very protective over them. She didn't want nothing to be attached to them. She didn't want nothing demonic to happen to them. So I get it. I'm not mad. I'm not saying that's what she should not have done. So again, I really like her. I think she's a very nice person. I think that's great that she's part of the channel now. I really do. She's a good person. So I like her. I like her. She's cool. Do I wish sometimes that they sat there longer and try to find something more into it? Yeah, I think everybody did, but you know. Peanut. uh, yes, you should watch the sanatorium one. They get a lot of evidence. Jordan, you and Michael should go ghost hunting and show those amateurs, Sam and Colby, how it's done. You see that? Oh man, I mean that is such a scary. I mean, you see, this is why I'm not ghost hunting. Would we ever go to a place? Maybe we might. We might talk about the history of it. Don't know if we're gonna stay overnight and ghost hunt. If we ever did, I mean, I'm not. This is why I personally am not a ghost hunter. I'm just gonna be honest about that. I've lived in haunted houses my entire life, but I've never tried to once try to further into it. You know, because I would feel like I'd be scared. So, again, that's just me though. And this is coming from a guy who just literally said, like, Sam and Colby should take risks, right? But this is what they chose to do for a living. So you're kind of hoping they would get more answers. And I feel like the same way with Ghost Adventures, too. So this ain't even just about Sam and Colby. Sometimes Ghost Adventures don't even take risks and stuff and go for it, you know what I mean? Have you ever thought about reacting to top 5s videos? Yes, I have. Yes, I have, actually. I have thought about that several times. Actually, I think we have once or twice, to be honest. I think she's legit though. You know, I think she's legit. He almost said it. I almost said it, but I caught myself. Don't worry, Jordan. I just use you as a human shield if shit started going south during a ghost hunting expedition. Why do you never see ghost chickens or ghost caterpillars or something? Do they not have souls? That's kind of That's an interesting question. I mean, actually, I have a story. Actually, I'll go ahead and tell you a story. There was one time when a psychic came over to my grandma's house, and I can't remember who was over there talking to my Uncle Ron, but there was a kid over there talking to my Uncle Ron, who has been passed away for a long time. She was talking to him, saying that, you know, he doesn't want you guys to dump his ashes or get rid of his box where his ashes were in because he just decorated his box and stuff, and he would tell him that, even knowing the little girl had no idea that the family downstairs was talking about going ahead and just getting rid of the box and putting him in a vase. That actually did happen. So apparently, you know, my Uncle Ron, he told her to tell them that do not do nothing to my box. I just decorated it, even though the little girl had no idea they were planning on doing that. So that's an interesting story. And one of the ghosts that the psychic said was in the house was a dog. There was the ghost of a dog, and apparently the dog belonged to somebody that was close to my family. So that's based, you know, that. So some people can see the spirits of animals. Would you ever get a REM pod or music box just to leave them around the house if you think your house is haunted? Yeah, for sure, for sure. By the way, I see you guys jumping on in. 18 viewers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Do you believe Sam and Colby are faking? No. I don't believe they're faking. I don't. Can I be wrong? Absolutely. I will be the first to acknowledge that. I could be 100% wrong. They could be absolutely faking it. I mean, YouTubers have fake shit before. With McJuggernuggets. You know, a lot of people used to believe for the longest time that was actually an abusive family. And they would literally destroy his video games by running it over with the lawnmowers and stuff. People used to believe that was legit. And then finally, by the end of his series, the Psycho series is what he called it, it was announced that it was all fake and performed. But people really believed that that stuff was going on. So, I mean, you really never know, you know, depending on the budget of how much they make a year, which they make a lot, by the way. Those guys, Sam and Colby, they make a lot of money. I tell you that. They make a lot of money, so you never know what they can afford. But again, this is coming from, that's just a theorizing. I personally don't think they fake it. I think they're real. I believe that they are getting real evidence. Hello, Trent. Thank you for joining. As a huge horror fan myself, I don't believe in the supernatural or religion, but I love ghosts and demons and monsters on screen, and real life horror, that scares me. What man inflicts on fellow man? Yep, the only monsters in this world are human beings. I mean, that's what Scooby-Doo taught us. You know, if take away anything from Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo always taught us that the monsters are always just a guy in a costume. I mean, it's just, you know, always a guy. Besides, unless you're watching like Scooby-Doo from Zombie Island, but then, someone I live with just tested positive for COVID. Keep your fingers crossed for him and me. Just got home from getting tested. Aw, damn, Francis. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Actually, I know someone who just got tested for positive for COVID, too. It's getting bad. It is getting really bad. And screw people who say it's getting better, because obviously it is not. I'm interested in looking in haunted houses around Canada. Sebastian, did you send me a prank letter, by the way? If anybody in the comments sent me this prank letter, it has a Canadian stamp on it. I'm very curious to know who sent me this. I thought it was hilarious, by the way. I thought it was hilarious. I did not open it on camera, but I thought it was goddamn hilarious. I used to think he actually shot his dad McJuggernuggets. You know what? That was the moment I realized that this is all fake. It was when he pulled a gun out and shot his dad. And I knew that was fake. But everything else before that, I would have taken as real. I've been like, oh my god, this is crazy shit. And when his uncle drove into the pool, yeah. I tend to have weird dreams about relatives that have passed away. Freaks me out every time. I've been there. I've been there, Saza. Fingers crossed, Francis Chainsaw Grab. Yes, you're in my prayers, Francis. I hope you get better, dude. I hope your roommate gets better. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. That's just horrible. It's just horrible. I hate it. I'm sorry about that. I used to believe the McJuggernuggets. Laugh my life. I'd love to see you ghost hunt. Bernardo says, I would love to ghost hunt. I mean, obviously that is not... I would love to ghost hunt. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I would react in a real situation. I've been in real situations with ghosts, and I have not acted well. I mean, that shit scares the hell out of me. I freeze. I get petrified. So, like, when Colby was going into the basement in the Conjuring house by himself, I'd have been like, nope, sorry, that ain't happening with me. That ain't happening with me. I got my Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 78 mask, finally going to attempt a mask over... Fuck yeah, Francis. And if you do good, man, I would love to get a mask overhaul from somebody. I swear to God, I would. Seriously, yeah. Yeah, I'm back. It's really bad here. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, Francis. This reminds me of Fright Night, where the vampire hunter's head is fake and almost had a heart attack when he comes across the real vampire. Yeah, man. Yeah, I swear on my life, I never sent you anything. Haven't even sent my girlfriend presents I got her for her birthday, and she lives in the States. Mick, the first 4. That's okay. That's okay, Sebastian. Don't worry. I was just kidding with you. Someone sent me that, though, and it was hilarious. Did you hear that Dead Meat is covering Hellraiser? I did not, but that is awesome. Just got to watch the rest of those. Scrolling up, make sure. Oh, good news, Jordan. I'm at 96 sub now. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Good job. Good job. The Paranormal Attractions. Hey, how you doing, the Paranormal Attractions? How you doing, man? Francis Jacob, the COVID numbers have been steady here in Scotland for the past few weeks. Let's hope it stays that way, too. Noir Hacks. Oh, man, I love Sam and Colby. Noir Hacks says, that's awesome, man. I really enjoy their content, too. I just stated why, you know, they annoy me sometimes. I'll go ahead and just again, take this with a grain of salt. This is coming from a guy with 6,000 subs. It means nothing. It means nothing, right? So the only things I find annoying about Sam and Colby, I'll just go back through it. The timing of their humor, I think, could be a little bit better. I think, you know, sometimes their humor is like in the middle of very serious situations, and sometimes that can take me out of it, which if they just did that better, it would be a lot better. I mean, I think because their humor is funny in some points. I actually think their humor that is not trying to be funny is actually more funny than them trying to be funny. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes when they're talking to one of these tour guides or something, and the tour guide just cracks out one of these very sarcastic, very blunt, sarcastic things, it makes me laugh. So, I mean, sometimes when they're not trying to be funny, they're funny. But sometimes when they're trying too hard to be funny, they're not really that funny to me. But that's just my opinion. I think the fart jokes are just childish, not funny at all to me. That's my personal opinion. I know that you might disagree with that. That's fine. I get it. I do. But fart jokes don't really hit with me all that much. Do you guys get what I mean, though? I mean, like, again, this is nothing slamming them. They are a 5 million subscriber channel for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. They are funny. They are cool. They are very, very much... You get what I mean. Yeah, I'll post some pictures on Patreon when I'm done, and if you like, I'll cut you a good deal on. And oh, that'd be awesome, dude. I appreciate that actually. I freeze in those kind of situations too. My best friend runs towards the activity though. He's deranged. uh, just finished Midnight Mass. Pretty good. Pretty awesome, dude. Awesome. And Noir, okay, you agree with me. Okay. Well, I was actually sitting here thinking, I hope I don't lose another sub for stating my personal opinions. Again, this is just my personal opinions on their content. Not really. It was funny though, and sometimes their merchandise, trying to like get their merchandise across, can be badly timed too with their humor. Sometimes they'll just like stop in the middle of a serious situation where they'll be like, "Oh my god!" And speaking of which, check out this new T-shirt and stuff. And it's just like there are times better for that stuff. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning of videos and at the end of videos is like the best time to do it, because when you're in the middle of your video and people are really getting into what you've created, and there's something really going on in those videos, and you're really intense, and then they'll feel intense, and it's just something you want to keep, and then all of a sudden you'll just stop and just try to sell your hoodies, and it's just, to me, it's like there's better timing for that. There's better timing for that. What is your favorite flavored popcorn? Mine is buttered popcorn. I would probably have to agree with you, man. I'd probably have to agree with you. Buttered popcorn by far. I just finished Bly Manor recently. It's good, but I still prefer Hill House. I really need to check out Hill House, and I really need to check out Bly Manor. I really do. When will all the episodes of Tales from the Crypt be uploaded to Patreon to view? And also, which episode is your favorite? I just finished season 1, Saza. Season 1. I just finished it. I uploaded the last episode of season 1 the other day. So that one is finally up on the channel, and if I had to give you my personal favorite of Season 1, I would definitely go with, I think it's called An All Through the House, which is the Santa Claus Killer episode. I think that's one of the best ones from Season 1, absolutely 100%. But overall, I enjoyed most of those episodes. Really fun time. By the way, guys, if you did not join our Patreon, I do post Tales from the Crypt revisits and reactions. So, like, since I got Season 1 out of the way, now it's just going to be reactions. So every episode after Season 1 is pretty much going to be a reaction at this point. So if you guys want to check out Tales from the Crypt with us, they're all on Patreon. For $1 a month. For $1 a month, you can watch Tales from the Crypt with me. I need to get up. Oh, dude, same here. I've been kind of letting the episodes kind of come out so I can just watch them, like just do like 3 episodes in one sitting and just kind of upload them after that, but haven't really got to it. I like heavy butter, but I also love white cheddar. Yeah, they just had bad timing, but that can definitely be fixed. It can definitely be fixed. To me, that's more of a nitpick than anything. If they just fix that, then I would have less of annoyances with their videos, you know? Salted popcorn for the win. Have you heard of the Cavity Colors? They do really good horror merchandise. I have not, but I'm going to have to check them out now that you say that. Thank you for that, Ghost, yo. By the way, sweet name. I like that name. I need to get up to date. That's my favorite episode, a Christmas Eve. Oh, dude, absolutely. Every year for Christmas, Tales from the Crypt and All Through the House has to be on at least once. So are Sam and Colby like Laura Linney from Truman Show plugging advertisements in the middle of the show, and Jim Carrey's like, what does that have to do with anything? In a sense, yeah. Yeah, actually, in a sense. They do it, you know. The Christmas Story is also the original Tales from the Crypt movie. Really? I worked in a cinema here in the UK. Loved when Americans would ask for butter on their popcorn. We don't do it here. Only salted or sweet. Cavity Colors are so good. So excited for the new Resident Evil movie. I would love to see that new Resident Evil movie. Actually, I've been debating if I'm going to start doing out of the theater movie reviews again, where I literally get out of the theater and I just talk to you guys about the movie in my car. If you guys would like to see that, by the way, hit that like button. If you guys want to see that kind of content. And I feel like I can do this with this because there's a big difference between a serious ghost hunting video before anybody says, oh, you're doing advertising right now in the middle of your video. Well, but this is a chat. This is a live stream chat. So it's not like I'm ghost hunting. It's not like we're at the Ohio State Reformatory. You know what I mean? And we're in a very there's not like doors shutting downstairs, you know? They've been best friends since they were 14. I love their friendship. Hope they stay friends for a long time. I hope so too. You can absolutely tell they're friends. You can absolutely 100% tell. They remind me a lot of me and my buddy Lane, actually. I wish you guys could see more of Lane. Lane is just hilarious. Me and him have the darkest humor. We go back and forth, dude. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if you would join this channel at some point. Fright Rags is another good one. I'm a huge Creepy Company fan, and Michael Myers pills from them, pins from them, and Leatherface pillow. That's awesome. Oh, creepyco.com. All the House was a great episode. It was such a dig that cat. He's real gone. Starring Joe. Yep, I remember that one's up on the Patreon. Yep, the TFTC episode where the guy inherits the 9 lives of the cat gave me such anxiety. Oh, dude, I agree. That one is such a good one. Hit that like button either way. Slash it. Gut that like button. Gut that like button. Like, that'd be a good You know what? That just gave me a t-shirt idea. Gut that like button. Like button like a fish. Do you get nerd rage? Sometimes, not all the time. I think nerd rage, if we're having a conversation about movies and stuff, I might in some regards, but like I don't really get all that mad for opinions. Opinions are opinions. Yeah, I respect everybody's opinions, absolutely 100%. I don't like to get mad at people's opinions. I don't like, I mean, if they're really coming at me though, trying to really change my mind about a movie, then I might get mad. But like, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever been to the situations where you're talking about a movie like, what's a movie I really liked that a lot of people did not like? Man of Steel. I loved Man of Steel. And then people would be sitting here just telling me, man, he kills people. How can you respect such a fucking movie that when Superman's killing people and stuff? And it's just like, I like the movie. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Sam and Colby are interesting, but are annoying when they act overdramatic in certain situations. That's another reason why I think thank you, Mr. Sweetheart. Thank you. That is another reason why sometimes they are annoying, and that's no offense to them. Again, this is just some things that they could fix with their channel a little bit, and it's not even a big deal. But sometimes, like especially at the end of that, the Conjuring House Alone video, when they were doing that prayer and the music is getting so over the top, or when they start talking like it's like we were brought here for a reason, and it's just like you don't need to be so over dramatic. Do you know what I mean? Like, not everything has to do with certain situations, and then. Here, you can call this a nerd outrage. I don't go for it. But situations when they're talking, and all of a sudden the light flickers, and they'll be like, "After I just said, this and this and this, the lights flickered. What does that mean?" And it's like, it could literally be a malfunction. You always have to take that shit into consideration when ghost hunting. You always have to take that shit into consideration. Could be bad wiring. That, like, literally, that is the job of a ghost hunter, is to kind of. Yeah. The job of a ghost hunter, paranormal investigators, and even Ed and Lorraine did these things back in the day, was you have to try to debunk if it is paranormal. That is a have to. And they do that sometimes. Sam and Colby do debunk stuff sometimes, but sometimes they don't. One of the questions I would have had are, for the owners of the house, is, do some of these, is the wiring 100% perfect? Do these things happen? This is an old house. That's something you got to take into consideration too, is when you're investigating old ass houses, that something could not be right, There was a commercial of Chucky and Michael Myers singing. Dude, I saw that. That was awesome. Ghost Yo, yes. Yes, I really think you would like the Overnight channel better. The Sam and Colby. I love Sam and Colby, but Corey and Elton are a great duo in the Overnight channel. I've been also curious to check out Exploring with Josh. I've been also kind of curious to check that one out. I found It Follows to be the scariest horror film, knowing there is a curse that follows you and can only pass it on in hopes of getting passed on. It's, yeah, pretty much an STD. Yeah, crazy shit. Candace, thank you for joining, by the way. I really appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. I'm gonna try. I always try to get to all my comments. Always try, but sometimes I fail. Sometimes, so my apologies. Yes, you're damn right they do. Panic attack all because of a cat. There was a commercial. I'm not as critical of movies as I used to be, so I can deal with strong opinions that differ from mine. I get it. Yes, absolutely, Francis. Absolutely, man. I don't have 9 lives. Help somebody. Help. Let me out. That guy was a dick. He deserved to die. The Overnight channel have evolved that they don't freak out so much when they start getting stuff that encourages for more and getting excited, but they can be very serious. Yeah, weed out all possibilities first. Absolutely, you want to weed out every single possibility there could be, and anything. It doesn't matter. Let's say you could probably step on a floorboard, and for some reason it maybe affects one of the wires that goes up to the light, and maybe it makes it blink. Who knows? Who knows, right? And okay, here's another thing that really got to me on the video the other night. The Conjuring video. When Sam was outside, and he literally is pointing the camera at the door of the house, and he is saying that there is a man standing there. And it does look like a guy standing there. It looks like a shadow staring at him from the house itself. However, after the prayer, he never once decided to face that camera back and catch if that guy was still there. To me, that was him paranoid. That was him facing paranoia. I think if he had just taken the few minutes to look back and see if that shadow was still there and debunked that, because I feel like, he was almost adding that in just to scare people. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that was just added in kind of to build up the suspense of the moment. And I feel like that was probably just a coat hanger or a coat rack or something along those lines that was just sitting in the window that he looked at and said, this looks like a guy, I'm going to go ahead and record that. So, because he didn't debunk it. And if he debunked it, then I would have, if that thing was not there anymore, then I would have been like, oh my God, that might have been somebody. But he didn't look back at it. So I'm like, what should I think of that? You know? Is anyone going to watch Lightyear when it comes? I am, Lee. Hell yeah. Hopefully they reach their like goals or so they can go to the Stanley Hotel with Amanda. I would like to see that. That would be awesome. I even said that. Yeah, I would like to see that too. Are you going to post a reaction to their Waverly? Absolutely. I will at least get to almost every single one of their videos at some point. Absolutely, yeah. This was just the one people really wanted to see. And thanks to you guys, it's almost over like 600, 700 views now. Crazy. You should react to exploring with Josh, going to the Conjuring house for the first time. That's when Josh first started believing in ghosts. He didn't believe in ghosts until he went to the Conjuring house, which makes sense. When you have eliminated all which is impossible, then whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Arthur Conan Doyle. I have a music box from my grandma that goes off randomly, most likely to do with the change in temperature affecting the metal, but I like to think it's ghosts. And it might be, you never know, but that is a possibility too. What's the best game in the world, Jordan? The best game in the world. And yes, I do game. The best game in the world. That is tough, man. I've always been a Call of Duty Zombies fan. Always been a Call of Duty Zombies fan. But if I had to give you the best game in the world, in my personal opinion, like one of the most addicting games I've ever played in my life, it would be Super Mario Bros. 3. The classic. The classic Super Mario Bros. 3. A good second would be Mario Kart 64. I might see Lightyear, but I'm still not forgiving. Dude, okay, we're going to talk about that Home Alone trailer, by the way. What is it? Home Sweet Home Alone or something like that? God, dude, that trailer was just fucking horrendous. I'm glad I didn't do a reaction to it, because I'll tell you what, if I did, I would have been absolutely disgusted. You guys would have seen my reaction. It would have been funny as fuck. But, that Home Alone, what the fuck are you doing? Like, seriously, dude, that Home Alone, it was just a rehash of the first film with lamer villains. The kid is a good actor. I liked him in Jojo Rabbit a lot, and I'm ashamed that he got such a bad fucking script. It looks like a bad script. I can already tell you this is a cash grab. Almost right away, I can tell you this is going to be a cash grab, hands down. I was so disappointed by that trailer, man, because I've been looking forward to a new Home Alone film for the longest time. I even looked up on IMDb, and they got the original guy who played Buzz in the original Home Alone to be in there somewhere. And his name is Buzz, so it's going to try to attach it to Home Alone 1 and 2. And I'm just... I'm so annoyed by that trailer, man. It's just, you guys could have done something really cool with that, but you fucked up. You fucked up. And if I really hope the movie is completely different. I just hope it's more of a trailer thing. And whoever made those trailers, by the way, if the movie is actually really good, you need to fire those people, because they made that movie look like complete garbage. Do you like to watch countdown videos like Slapped Ham? I don't think I've ever seen those, Mirror Domains, and thank you for joining us, Mirror Domains, by the way. Lee, they are making Home Alone remake. Oh, for fuck's sakes. No, it's actually a sequel to Home Alone, it looks like. I love Dead by Daylight, Vidal. I love Dead by Daylight. I want to see the new Jeepers Creepers movie already. Me too. So bad. Can't wait. New director, fuck Victor Salva. Can't wait to see that new movie. Really, I mean, I'm very glad that Victor Salva is now off. Now I can watch it without feeling guilt. Like, is Disney trying to piss off their fans? You'd almost think, wouldn't you? You would almost think with that trailer they were trying to piss the fuck off of fans. They pissed me off. I was like, what is this? Dude, I got a Mario 3 tattoo. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That game is so goddamn good. First Lion King, then Mulan, and now Home Alone. Yep. I have my expectations high for Hocus Pocus 2. I don't want my childhood to be ruined, dude. I think they're taking... It's interesting. Hocus Pocus 2, I think, is going to be a lot better than Home Alone. I really do. When I say Home Alone, I obviously mean the new one, not the original. I'm not sure if it's going to be better than the original Home Alone. The original Home Alone is my favorite Christmas film of all time. And Hocus Pocus is my favorite family Halloween film of all time. So, love those two. Really excited for Hocus Pocus 2. But the difference between Home Alone and Hocus Pocus is that Home Alone has a lot of bad sequels. So, you're already prepared for another bad sequel to Home Alone, right? You're almost prepared because it's like, dude, they have like, I don't know, 6 Home Alone films, but not counting this new one. So, Home Alone is my favorite non-horror movie series. That's fucking awesome, Mick. I respect that. But Hocus Pocus is only going to have one sequel. So this one, they got to get right. If they don't get this one right, then they fucked everything up. If these production companies get their own way and remake The Princess Bride, I will riot. Apparently, they are trying to remake The Princess Bride, I think. Yeah. They're also trying to remake Jaws. Crazy. The guts and balls on people today, dude, to try to remake like some of the best films ever made in history. Jordan, I have great news. I hit my goal at 100 subscribers. Well, that's fucking awesome, Abracious. I'm happy to hear that, man. Congratulations. 100 subs is awesome. I remember when I hit 100 subs for the first time, I was just lost it, dude. That's awesome. I might like Jake the Vikings channel. He does paranormal investigations as well. I've seen a few of his videos, but he seems a bit more serious than other channels and tries to debunk things. I might check that out, Hannah Davies, and thank you for joining us, Hannah. I appreciate that. Badass. I'm sure you're one of the Sam and Colby fans. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I just gave my personal reasons on why Sam and Colby annoys me, so I hope you don't like hate my channel for that. But I still overall like their channel a lot. I would give it a 7.7 out of 10. I wouldn't even get like a 5, guaranteed. For most people, you know, my humor is very different. My type of humor is very different than Sam and Colby's. So I understand why my channel might not work for a lot of people. I mean, it doesn't work for a lot of people. Let's be blunt. It doesn't work for a lot of people. That's why you see me at 6,000 subs. If it worked for more people, I would have more, but it doesn't work for everybody. Well, not until I release that one video that might be like, oh, you know what, this guy's not that bad. And Sam and Colby, there's no doubt in my mind, there's absolutely no question that they absolutely deserve every single subscriber they have. They really do. They really do. I mean that. I 100% mean that. They have 5 million subs for a good reason. I might check that out too, Jake the Viking. I actually think I might have stumbled on one of his videos a long time ago, actually. Not gonna lie. It's like The Witches. The original is good, but scary, but the remake is rubbish and much CGI. Yeah, man, yeah. I have not seen The Witches remake, and I've stayed away from it. The only reason why I would watch it is because of Anne Hathaway. That'd be the only reason why I want to watch it. When Sam and Colby were 7 minutes away from the Conjuring house, all I could think is that imagine living 7 minutes away from the Conjuring house. That would be crazy. Yeah, for the neighbors, it's like an everyday thing, right? They're just like, we deal with it every day. We look over at that house and we see the fucking ghosts walking. React to Idle Hands already. If I get a copy of it, I will. I promise you. I promise you, Mick. If I get a copy of Idle Hands, I will watch it. The only reason why I haven't watched it is because I don't have it on any streaming service. That's the only reason. Streaming service, or I don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray. And I still got to react to a lot of other horror films, which I will be doing, by the way. Patreon will start having early exclusive access to like certain movies that you won't see for a while on my channel. Seriously. Seriously. But wait, there are more. They're remaking Peter Pan again, Pinocchio again, Flight of the Navigator again, Parent Trap, Anthropomorph. I can't pronounce that. My apologies. Robin Hood, Sword in the Stone. God, they have a list. They have a list, Sebastian. I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters movie. Oh, no, that's not weird. That's not weird, Saza. Dude, I think most people are excited for the new Ghostbusters movie. I'm excited. I want to see it. My top 3 series ever. Jake the Never-Ending Pirate, Jesse, and the Super Agent OSO. I don't think I've ever heard of those, to be honest with you. Bernardo. Witcher's remake sucks. Slams down cup and stands from the chair. All right, I'm going to head the fuck out. She looks like the Joker. It's on CTV. It's on CTV. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for that. I know I get so many recommendations now. I get so many recommendations. It's crazy. But I always do promise I will get to it eventually. Especially if the channel keeps going as long as it will. I will get to those movies eventually. I have a lot of time. Don't worry. And you know what? Even if it doesn't come out tomorrow, you can at least say, well, at least I have something to look forward to. You know what I mean? Like, you always have something to look forward to with this channel, because I may not get to it tomorrow, but don't worry, it's going to come at some point. It's going to come. So it gives you something to look forward to. Life's boring when everything comes out out all at once, because then it's like, all right, that was cool. Now it's like, well, now I gotta wait for something. You know what I mean? It's kind of like waiting for that next season of The Walking Dead or Squid Game. I don't know. I don't even think Squid Game has another season, does it? I think it has like one season or like one series. It's like just a small series. Has anyone seen the screen test for the potential new Robin Williams biopic? Fucking chills, my dude. You should react to it, Jordan. New Robin Williams biopic. You know what? I think I have. Hey, Jordan, I'd like to personally thank you for all your shout-outs. You contributed to my milestone. I am eternally grateful. Oh, dude, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. It's all good. No problem, dude. No, Robin Hood is a classic. My favorite old Disney movie. It's a great one. The worst remake for me is Psycho 19. Oh, dude, the Psycho remake. Oh, my God. The 1998, the original 1968. This 1960 is a classic. Absolutely. The worst remake of all time. I really got to think about that one. I really got to, because Psycho's right up there. I'll give you that. I really did not like the Poltergeist remake. I really didn't. Lee, that remake is pointless. It really is. You mentioned that you had paranormal experiences. What was your experience that made you believe in ghosts? Mr. Sweetheart asks. I'll give you one story. So when I was about 7 years old, 7 or 8, sorry, I wanted to burp right there, but I couldn't. There we go. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, I remember, well, first off, I should probably say that my house back in Stanwood, Washington is now burned down. The house was on a bad property to where if we ever had an earthquake, the house would come tumbling down. That, it was burned to the ground once we moved. It was burned to the ground. We actually have the newspaper somewhere of the house being burned down. It's my grandma's house. She passed away in 2003 or 4, I think. But I remember I was going into my parents' bedroom. I couldn't sleep that night. Again, 7 or 8 years old. I couldn't sleep that night, so I went to my parents' bedroom, and they had me laying on the far right of the bed. So I was on the edge of the bed, and I was trying to sleep. And it was probably going on 10:30 to 11 at night at this point. And I remember seeing shadows moving up and down the walls, but the shadows kind of look like lava lamps. You know how lava lamps kind of like form these shapes, and then they kind of break apart and kind of move alongside the walls. That's kind of what it looked like, all over the walls, and the street lights outside kind of like just showed them all moving across the walls. And I remember I tried to wake my mom up, and she was not getting up. She was too tired. So I was waiting on her to wake up, and it just wasn't happening. So about 12 at night came around, and they're still moving up and down the walls. And I just started to feel like eyes were on me. People were watching me, like from everywhere in the room. But there was one corner of the room that I remember that it was really heavy. I felt it. It was like someone was literally glaring at me and pissed at me. And I felt it so strongly in that moment that I remember I looked over to the corner of the room, and in the corner of the room was a coat hanger, a coat rack. And there was like coats on it and a hat on the top, and it was just creepy looking at nighttime because it kind of looked like someone was standing there. But there wasn't no one standing there. But I felt like someone was watching me from that corner. And I remember in that moment, I was so scared of what I was experiencing that I decided to put my head under the covers. And when I put my head under the covers, right here to my face, right here, directly in front of my face, I can only describe for a few seconds because I put that shit back down. I took my head right out of the covers. But for a few seconds there, I saw what looked like a white, skeletal, pale face right in my face, nose to nose, as close as it can be. And I remember I put the covers down, and I started feeling around the covers in case there was somebody under the covers, but there was nobody under the covers. So the night kept going on, and at this point, I was getting like really scared to the point of I was going to get sick. And I tried to wake my mom up a few times. She was not getting up. And finally, about 4 or 5 in the morning happened. And the shadows on the walls finally just left. They were gone. So about 4 or 5 in the morning, my parents are getting up. They leave, and I told them I could not sleep all night because I saw ghosts. And they were everywhere. And they were like, okay, well, we're gonna turn on the TV and you can watch cartoons and stuff. And I was like, okay. And they put my little sister Brianna on the bed, and she was sleeping next to me. And I was watching cartoons on their TV about 4 or 5 in the morning. And out of nowhere, in the center of the TV, I saw what looked like somebody took a puff of a cigarette, and I could see the smoke starting to appear in front of the TV. And then I saw and some more smoke started coming. It was just crazy. I couldn't explain it. And then all of a sudden, it felt like someone just took that smoke and right in my face. And I saw the smoke come directly in my face, and I started coughing. I ran out of the room, freaked out. And about 5 minutes later, I had a fever of 101 degrees. And I did not go to school that day. True story. Can't explain that night. Can't explain that night. But I believed in ghosts ever since. And probably like a week or two before moving, that same bedroom, my little sister Brianna crawled underneath the bed. And she had never met my grandpa once in her life. Not one time has she met my grandpa or knows what he looks like. So she was crawling under the bed. And probably about 20 minutes later, she comes out of the room and walks up to my parents, and she looks at them and says, "Grandpa told me to get out from underneath the bed because it's not safe there." And look at my hair standing up. And she had never met my grandpa before, or never knew what he looked like. And they showed her a picture of my grandpa, and she said, "That's him. That's the man who was underneath the bed." Scared the hell out of them. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. That's why I believe in ghosts. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. Whew. Got the OG, but I got Pet Sematary too. Pet Sematary is awesome, man. My Pet Sematary didn't come in yet. Oh, damn. What would you have for your Ghostbusters team? What would you have for your Ghostbusters team? That's a good question, man. That's a really good question. I don't know, honestly. I have to think about that one. Speaking of Ghostbusters, Jordan, I recently watched a review by Box Shocks of the Ghostbusters 2016, and in the comment section, he asked the fans what they do for a Ghostbusters team. That's a good question. I've had some paranormal experiences in my life. I mentioned them in one of my hippie cinema videos. Anthony Perkins leaves me so conflicted every single time I watch Psycho. Like, he's a total psycho, but like he's so charming and cute and awkward, and he's very likable as Norman Bates. Yeah, Brianna can confirm that story. Yeah, she can. I'm doing okay. Hope you're staying safe and well. Brianna, if you did not know, is my sister who experienced that. Hello, hope you're doing well and staying safe. I'll be watching 2 horror films later, Razorback and Jaws in the Australia Outback, and deadly friend Christy Swanson plays a robot. That's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. I was worried that any sequels would taint the original for me, but I will give it a watch if you recommend it. Oh, if you're talking about the Psycho sequels, I would say check them out for sure. Check them out for sure. They're actually really good. Hi, Brianna. All right, that's good to hear. I'm doing okay, Shane. I'm just making sure I'm caught up with every... I would recommend Psycho 2. Probably wouldn't recommend Psycho 3. And as for the TV sequel, I would watch it for Henry Thomas's performance as young Norman Bates. Really good shit, actually. I really enjoy the Psycho series. I really do. For me, it's Vince Vaughn playing Norman Bates. Like, what the fuck? Nothing will beat Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. It was an odd pick to get Vince Vaughn to play that. It was a very interesting pick, for sure. We would collab in the next season for first thoughts and feelings. We should collab. That might not be a bad idea. My alarm just went off. That's nice. For Awakening was the prequel. He had Henry Thomas E.T. Eliot as Norman and Olivia Hussey as Norma, the mother. Yeah, wasn't that crazy? God, that movie was actually not that bad. The way he kills his mom was brutal. Brutal. Razorback is brilliant. Great cinematography. By the way, the 4th Psycho film is a prequel, kind of. It was actually a decent sequel. I thought it was actually kind of cool. Imagine watching TV one day and randomly turning to TV be like, they're here. I would freak out, of course. Never seen it. First Thoughts and Feelings is coming back June 2022, by the way. First Thoughts and Feelings is... Oh, really? Psycho 2 is good. I also enjoy 3, but Psycho 4 I don't like. No, there's so many movies I gotta check out still. Huck was pretty bad, though. Oh, really? I've been drinking coffee, by the way, guys. I remember when we was on a winter vacation in a hut deep in the woods. I woke up in the middle of the night and needed to pee so bad I felt someone sit on my bed and heard a strong voice in my... That sounds fucking terrifying. That was a good moment too from the other Sam and Colby videos when he felt something sit on the bed next to him. They could have made it on a bigger budget. For sure. For sure. Anthony Perkins, rest in peace. You movie friends have talked it up for me, so I'm gonna watch Psycho 2. Has been decided. Slams tank yard on table. Tank yard on table. No, dude, you should definitely check out Psycho 2. It's actually a really good sequel. Pretty surprising, actually, but it's actually like a lot better than you might be thinking. 20 likes. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Is there a remake that you prefer over the original? Great question. Hills Have Eyes. Hills Have Eyes, for sure. Psycho 2 is good. I love Wes Craven's original Hills Have Eyes, but dude, that remake was just the next level terrifying shit. Vince Vaughn was an odd as Norman Bates, and I could have done without him spanking the monkey to Marion Crane. The original Norman Bates was a peeper, but he never went too far. And yeah, wasn't there a scene with Vince Vaughn like actually jerking off, like looking through a I don't know, dude. It was next level creepy. It was creepy, but it wasn't creepy in the way we wanted to see. Like, Norman Bates was innocent in the original one, but this guy didn't feel so innocent. And it was just, I don't know. Night of the Living Dead remake over the 60s. Dude, that is another one I would prefer, yeah. The remake of Night of the Living Dead. The Thing and The Fly, for sure. Those are great picks. Yeah, you guys are naming a lot of great ones, yeah. A lot of great ones. I have not seen the original Thing, so I can't really say that one. I have not seen the original Fly, so I can't say that one either. I watched a good German true serial killer movie called The Golden Glove. Very bleak, but good. Had that said come, I was about 5 to 6 when we got the outdoor toilet, so I walked into the time middle of the night. Followed me, and I could feel it. I peed, and when I was about to walk inside, yes, The Thing and The Fly for sure. 80s The Fly remake is a far better than the 50s one, though still a great film. For sure. I mean, you can't, always got to appreciate the classics no matter what. I wish Day of the Dead got a good remake. Day of the Dead, that'd be an interesting one, wouldn't it? That would be an interesting one. And no, I still prefer the original Dawn of the Dead, though, over the remake by a long shot. Also, The Thing and The Fly, like Night and Dawn. I prefer the Dawn of the Dead original by far more than the remake. I know a lot of people love that remake, and I know a lot of people actually prefer the remake, but I just love that original Dawn of the Dead. Can we all just take a minute to get excited about the fact that Brendan Fraser is being cast as a new material to finally get acting respect? Yes, let's take a moment. Yeah, that's great. Brendan Fraser, I think, was actually casted as the villain in the new Batgirl movie coming up, which is like crazy. That's a good, damn. He's going to be playing a villain. That's going to be awesome. I'm pretty sure he might have played a villain or two before in the past, but like it's going to be cool to see him like in a comic book movie. Like Knight's remake, Day of the Dead is too dark. There's no hope of that movie. I don't think anyone could touch it. I thought the Texas Chainsaw remake with R. Lee Ermey was good. That was another good one. Not as good as the original, but if you're going to make it a very serious movie, you could not have done better. Guy sat on the stairs and said, "See, nothing to worry about." And then the guy faded. I freaked out, told my parents the next day. They showed me some pictures from my great-great-grandfather he had. Wow, so it was your great-great-grandfather. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is good, but I still prefer the original. Absolutely. Me too. I really like the remake, though. I mean, I have the mask somewhere in this room, actually, of the remake. But I actually still prefer the original Leatherface, too. The guy did a good job in that remake, though. The Day of the Dead remake fucking sucked. I know that they were cashing in on fast-running zombies and the zombies spider-crawling on the ceiling. They're rotting corpses. Maybe taking it a little bit too far. Invasion of the Body Snatchers remake. There you go. The Blob remake was good, too, actually. I really like the Blob. I prefer Texas Chainsaw 2 over any of them. That's okay. That's pretty cool, man. I really like Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. A light brown coat and a pipe in his mouth, and I screamed, "That's him!" I remember to this day. That is terrifying. I would like to see the remake of The People Under the Stairs. I could see that. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe make a very, very dark, serious movie. Not saying the original one wasn't dark, but it was like, had a lot of crazy-ass dark humor to it. Which Body Snatchers, the 70s or the 90s remake? I miss old school body horror. Both The Fly and The Thing are great examples of that genre. Same here, man. Same here. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a break. I'll be right back. So if you guys want to go get some poppy corn and sody pop, then do that. So do we have any theories on the new killer in... That is a good question. I wanted to say it was Stu, but then apparently the brother of the director of the new Scream movie commented on one of my videos saying, "I assure you that's not what it's gonna be. Who it's gonna be." So I really don't know who they're going to make the killer. I don't know. But you guys theorize about that. I will be right back. Let's take a break. So yeah, be right back, and we will discuss. Get some sody pop and popcorn. Okay, okay, I'm back. Okay. 21 likes. Thank you guys so much. Wow. Oh man, I missed a lot of comments. Stoner J, thank you for joining us, man. Another Flanagan. I liked it. I will definitely not be able to get to all chat. I won't be able to get to all those comments. I'm sorry, guys. That's a lot of comments. But I can start with some. I was gonna guess something totally left field and say it was Billy's dad or something, but that remembered that he'd be way too old for that killing shit. So yeah, he'd be like in his like 60s, 70s maybe. There's a lot of shows I need to catch up on, like Channel Zero, American Horror Story. I need to catch up on American Horror Story. Yeah, I've been getting some. I'm slacking. I'm slacking. Love American Horror Story. I've heard of Lake Mungo is good. The crocodile one, right? That's the crocodile one, right? Slasher looked like a good anthology show with the first season featuring a killer known as the Executioner. I almost said clown as like his Killer Clowns from Outer Space is spelled Klown. Killer known as the Executioner. It's great, very overlooked movie. Aussies don't need horror movies. The amount of creatures in that country that could maim, kill you is scary enough for me. Real life horror. Yeah. The second season of Slasher Guilty Party is kind of lackluster, even though it has a frame. Mick Faird. Don't say you'll be right back, because you won't be back. I'll be right back. I need to go get beer. You need anything? No, I'm good. Or I'll be right back. Crocodile Dundee, too, is pretty scary. He's in LA. By the way, I got some coffee. I was down there. I'm like, I need coffee. And I got coffee. By the way, if you guys didn't notice, I put my VHS player TV back there. Hopefully gonna be watching some classic movies on it soon. Love that movie. It's very metal. Does anyone like Seed, or am I the only? Are you talking about like Seed of Chucky? Seed of Chucky? Out of curiosity, Black Loki, nice glasses, bro. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. I don't like wearing them, but thank you. I appreciate that. I can see you've played Knifey Spoony before. Very sharp. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. What do you think is... by the way, thank you for joining us, Black Loki. What do you think is Jason's best secondary weapon? For me, it's the Weed Whacker. That's a good one. Yeah, machete's number one. Has to be machete. My second favorite... You know, I've always liked... I was going to say pitchfork, but the more I think about it, I really liked when he... I kind of like the fire axe. The axe that he uses in Jason Takes Manhattan. No, it's a movie called Seed with Michael. I can't comment on it. I have never seen that movie, but I'm sure it'd be interesting if I checked it out at some point in the far future. I'm back with my grilled cheese sandwich. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. But the Weed Whacker is a good one, dude. I might go with pitchfork. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with pitchfork. I really like the pitchfork. Weed Whacker is good though. There are certain rules you must follow. There are certain rules one must follow to successfully survive a horror movie. Number one, you can never have sex. Boo, boo, big no, no, no. Sex equals death. Number two, no drugs or alcohol. All right, have fun. I'll see you in the kitchen with a knife. I missed that. That guy has a YouTube channel, by the way. I think I'm subbed to his channel. The guy who played, oh, dude, I can't remember his name. It's been a while since I've watched. I need to watch the Scream movies, actually, before. I might do some revisits to the Scream movies, by the way, before I do Scream, the new Scream movie. Does sleeping bag or tree count as a weapon? Sure, why not, right? Jamie Kennedy, that's right. Thank you so much, Sebastian. Jamie Kennedy. No sex, dude. I'm a dead man. I couldn't, thanks, it's mostly Friday the 13th we have to thank for that rule. I couldn't watch the opening scenes of Seed. It would actually footage, but I don't want spoilers here. Okay, yeah, don't spoil none. Especially if I watch in the future, it might have an impact on me. Axe is pretty terrifying, though. Axe is pretty good. A minute silence for all those who watched Scream before seeing Friday the 13th and balls up. The ending for them, LOL. Where's Jason? LOL, like, the sleeping bag kill, though, was good. That's a good one, yeah. I agree with Francis. The sleeping bag one is really good. Actually, apparently, Lane's wife, Samantha, who's actually one of our patrons, worked with the woman who actually died the first time in a Friday the 13th film with a sleeping bag. And I think that was part 7 when someone was killed with a sleeping bag, like hit against a tree. Yeah, that was, she actually worked with that person at a, I can't remember where she worked, but she worked with her. And they were talking about it and stuff. Yeah, Baghead, Jason does, I think. Yeah. I remember when Jamie Kennedy played parody of Red Skull on that web series and Interns of Field, which is also had grown up Jonathan Lepnicki. That's interesting. I did not know that. Mick asking for a friend. Does Jason kill someone with a pickaxe? Yeah, he does. Okay, so Francis already answered that. Yeah, pickaxe. Yep. My mom and dad are gonna be. Oh yeah, my mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me. Did you really call the police? Did you really call the cops? You bet your sweet ass I did. Yeah, you bet your sorry ass I did. He's like, oh. My sister has not watched Scream, by the way, and I know she's watching this, so she's never seen Scream because apparently she had a dream when she was younger of Ghostface, and it scared her so much that she just can't bring herself to watch it. Why can't I find Interns of Field? I need to see it. Leave her alone. Oh, that part was hilarious. I really need to watch I do need to watch Scream again though. I might watch it with her if she wants to watch it. I think she would really actually enjoy the movie. It's actually not as scary as she might think it is. The scariest part of the movie is easily the opening. That's the scariest part. The Hills Run Red is a good underrated slasher. I've been told to watch that one, and I was also told to watch The Town That Dreaded Sundown. That was another one I was told to watch. And I'm really wanting to watch both. I watched Pumpkinhead the other day. Really liked that one a lot. I'm feeling a little woozy here. Courtney Davis. Hey, how you doing, Courtney? Thank you for joining us. How's your day going? We're talking about Scream, horror movies, Sam and Colby, all that great stuff. Scream is so good. I think people who are watching it for the first time now don't get the satire of it. Oh, absolutely, man. I really do want to check out that series. I know people tell me all the time, don't go to the series. It sucks. It's shit. It's garbage. But honestly, I'm just curious to see it. I'm just curious, you know? I just want to watch it so I could say I watched it for one. Huck, Deranged is good. It's about Ed Gein. Ooh, that might be interesting to check out then. If you don't know, it's self-aware, then it must be a very different viewing experience. Yes, it's very self-aware. It makes fun of every horror movie trope it can possibly try to make fun of. Absolutely. It makes fun of itself, and it's a very serious parody movie. In some regards, obviously not every regard. Oh, I heard my dog downstairs. Uh, if you get the chance, please check out the last horror movie. I think I sent you a link on YouTube. You probably did. I've gotten a lot of links in the past few days. I definitely got to start checking out some of these videos. Again, my apologies if I don't make it, if I don't get it done right away. John Knox. Hey, how you doing, John? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. How you doing? I'm drinking coffee right now. It is 6:53 p.m. I had to look at it to make sure it was p.m. That's how I woke up literally 3 hours ago because I was up all night editing and trying to get the Sam and Colby video posted this morning. Thankfully, I did. And I'm also going to need to change that background up a little bit too. Halloween's over. I got to take down that Michael Myers blanket and put up my Goosebumps one again. We're getting to Christmas though. Maybe I should put up a Krampus one. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you're wonderful, John. I'm glad you're wonderful. Me too. I'm doing pretty good, actually. Been doing a lot for Patreon lately, getting all that stuff. Want to see that? I love Carolyn Monroe. There you go. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. By the way, guys, slay that like button. We don't say like around here. We say slay that like button. Take your machete, your pickaxe, your knife, your your BB gun. Shoot that like button. Poke it if you want. Which is, I think, what most people do. Just finished binge watching Sam and Colby, Johnny Knox says. Hell yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, as you can tell by the title of this video, I said my personal thoughts on Sam and Colby, so I'm curious if you'll go back and watch what I said. Obviously, first thing I want to say is, again, I like the channel a lot, do my reactions, really enjoy it. Sometimes they do things that annoy me, but overall, really enjoy the channel. Give it like a 7.7 out of 10 for right now. Might change after I watch more videos. Obviously, more videos are going to be coming because I'm going to do more reactions. And again, one of the reasons why I dread doing those reactions sometimes is because it's like me sitting here on this very uncomfortable chair for about almost an hour and a half, almost each video. Every video of theirs is over an hour long. So I have to like be ready to sit down and just watch them. I stabbed that like button and now my phone doesn't work for the same. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. I also need to watch Behind the Mask. Dude, I really do need to watch Behind the Mask, the rest of Leslie Vernon. Would you ever consider reacting to some videos from Crypt TV? I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Absolutely. I've only seen Crypt TV's The Thing in my apartment. Oh, Crunchyroll notification. I watch anime. Are you still reacting to Iron Maiden? Yeah, I haven't done it in a while. I've been doing a lot of, because the Iron Maiden reactions haven't really been getting all that, the crazy views. So I've been going back and doing bands that have been getting me some good views. So I do plan on getting back to Iron Maiden, though, because I really do want to check out more of their stuff. But, you know, we got to make ad revenue, too. So trying to get more people to subscribe and whatnot, because at the end of the day, you gotta try to work, you know? Right now, this is literally what I do full time, is YouTube. This is what I do. At 6,000 subs, this is what I do. I know. But hey, it's working. It's starting to work, though. So, been watching Sam and Colby since 2016. So, we got a regular veteran from the Sam and Colby channel. Well, thank you for joining me on this live stream, man. I appreciate that. And that's awesome. You've been with their channel from the beginning. So, you love their channel from start to finish. That's awesome. By the way, the thing I said earlier was Billy and Stu, so I'm sorry. No, you're apologizing to Saza. Have to read that sometimes. Francis Chainsaw Grab, well, that's what happens when you give it the peer pressure. I'm glad that we got a lot of new faces jumping on in. Really cool. With Courtney, John, quite a few Sam and Colby fans jumping on in. Really appreciate that, guys. You guys are awesome. We're aiming for 10,000 subs by the end of the year. If you guys can hit that like button, share the content, subscribe to the channel, do as whatever you can, help us out, we would highly appreciate it. We don't think we're going to hit 10,000, but you never know anymore. YouTube can be a very, very interesting thing, because we didn't think we would hit 4,000. We didn't think we were going to hit 2,000, and it happened, so we don't know. But we're aiming for the end of the year, because we think that would be like, if we hit 10,000 by the end of the year, we're going to be doing what we can do we're going to be doing a lot of great content. I suggest that you go to Crypt TV on YouTube and change it to the most popular and watch through some of their stuff. 100%. Any other horror anime recommendations I need to fix since Castlevania ended and Death Note? Horror, you know what? Attack on Titan has a lot of horror elements. It's not necessarily a horror anime, but it does have a lot of scary imagery and a lot of intense moments that you could almost consider it the Walking Dead of anime. That's the way I looked at it for a long time. Oh, love the clock chiming. That's chilling. No need to apologize, my dude. Love the Scream quotes. Oh, yeah, no, you Scream quotes all day if you want. Hell yeah. I know, I need to watch Hellsing soon. Hellsing is another one. Yeah, Hellsing. Another fucking horror movie animes. Tokyo Ghoul has a lot of horror elements to it, too. Tokyo Ghoul, if you haven't seen Tokyo Ghoul, it has a lot of scary shit. Again, not necessarily horror, but it could be looked at almost as a horror kind of anime, you know? Oh, thank you so much, John Nux. I've just subscribed. I've been loving the reactions. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you can at least you can tolerate my opinions, even though they're not always positive. I appreciate that, man. You're a badass. Thank you so much. It means a lot. My brother was obsessed with Helsing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My brother was also obsessed with Helsing at one point. Do you have any plans for the channel this Christmas, Daddy? Yes, actually, I do. A lot of you guys will be getting early access reactions, movie reactions to some Christmas films I'm going to be doing reactions to, and they'll be coming out to the channel probably in December. But I plan on doing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I plan on doing Christmas Story. That was another one I planned on doing for the channel this year. So, yeah, you guys will be getting that. I just did Big Top Pee-wee, so that one's coming to Patreon soon, as soon as it loads up on Google Drive. That one will be coming. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. Well, I really appreciate that because a lot of people do not like negative opinions sometimes, and sometimes I have negative opinions, and that's not, nothing offense. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but sometimes some people will get like really mad about that. So I appreciate that a lot, John. Pyro God, hello, thank you for joining. Can you react to Orphan Tears by your favorite Martian? That sounds interesting. I might need to. I also watched Berserk this year. I need to watch Berserk. I know the author just passed away not too long ago, and this first season definitely had horror elements. Still so sad that it'll only be finished. I know, yeah, the author passed away. What's your favorite type of horror? Creepy, psychological, or gore? Out of those ones, I would say psychological, but I'm just a big slasher fan. I love slasher films. Don't watch Christmas Story 2. I planned on not to. I heard bad things about that. The Monster Squad. My name is Horace. Movie reaction to Idle Hands. Yes, that should be coming too at some point. I know. I got to get a copy of it. I know. Well, you also said it's on CTV, I think, didn't you? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and Christmas Story. Love those movies. Christmas movies gone wrong. LOL. Big Top Pee-wee is okay, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure is superior. I loved Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And you will see how much I love that one more. When you guys watch my movie reaction to Big Top Pee-wee, I'll say that I liked, Pee-wee's Big Adventure more. John, I'm still living in a haunted house. Every day is a new adventure for me. I'm still living in a haunted house myself, actually. I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel. So, yes, I'm going to be watching a couple Christmas movies this year. I plan on also doing a movie revisit for Krampus, and I'll be posting that to Patreon. Have you ever seen Ernest Saves Christmas, Jordan? It's a must. I have not seen that one. That is another one I want to do. I have 2 other Ernest movies on DVD, thanks to you guys, but I have not seen Ernest Saves Christmas. I don't think we own it on DVD, though. So, if I can find it on any streaming service, I will probably try to watch that one, too. That would be fun. But yeah, several Christmas ideas. Sorry I called you James. I have good news. My mom is out of the hospital after 5 days. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I really am. Getting myself a REM pod and a music box soon. Hell yeah, John. Going for it. Just going for it. Hell yeah. I've thought about doing stuff like that for my house, yeah. Don't worry. Don't apologize for calling me James, though, dude. It's all good. Santa Claus is cheesy, but Satan Claus is cheesy, but fun movie. That sounds like a fun movie, and it does sound cheesy. Tell him Large Marge sent ya. Ah, dude, love that. Is that still an emoji I have on this channel? Large Marge sent me? I thought it was. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, there it is. There it is. If you guys become a member of my channel, you guys can actually send this emoji. It says Large Marge sent me. A very underrated film is Clive Barker's Nightbreed from 1990. Fantastic practical effects. I've been told to check that one out several times, too. Nightbreed, yeah. 25 likes. Thank you guys so much. Oh, wow. Yeah, Large Marge sent me. If you become a member for $1 a month, you guys can use that as an emoji here. Obviously, you don't have to, but it's there. Loved Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Actually, Pee-wee's Big Adventure now is my favorite Tim Burton movie of all time. I love it that much. Interesting comment, Lee. Should Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation get a remake? LOL. I don't think it deserves a remake, but I would say that if they decided to try out that idea again, or some similarities to that idea, but just execute it better, I wouldn't mind. I think that it was the way it was executed. The film itself did not, it needed, it's interesting, man. That's an interesting question, because it's like, I didn't hate Next Generation. I will agree it's a shit show of a movie, and it's bad, and it has nothing. It's the worst Texas Chainsaw movie I've ever seen, but it has some sort of like fun to it. You know what I mean? Like I can watch it and laugh at it, kind of thing. It's so bad it's good. So who knows? Maybe if they take some of the ideas, I mean, get Matthew McConaughey back and make him that character again, but kind of remake the movie. I mean, who knows? Who knows? You can always make a movie better by remaking it, especially if it's that bad. Has anyone seen Clive Barker's Rawhead Rex? No, and I've been told to watch that one too. A lot of these movies I have been told. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 remake. I could see that one probably happening more. Kind of. I mean, yeah. I would have loved to have seen a sequel to the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not a prequel, but an actual sequel to that one. That would have been cool. Have some amazing short horror movies here on YouTube. Crypt TV has some. Oh, that'd be cool. Yes, Huck. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when I talk really fast, I need to take a drink. Nightbreed is wonderful. Nightbreed rules. Watch the director's cut. You're getting me all curious now to check it out, and I'm always down to watch a horror movie. So like, and I gotta get to. I have to watch Happy Death Day to You soon, so I can get that franchise out of the way. I don't know if they're making a third one or not, but Elvira, Mistress of the Dark has always been a Halloween classic, especially at the night out. LOL, how's your head? I've had no complaints so far. LOL. Michael was supposed to be doing a reaction to Elvira, Mistress of the Dark at some point. He has not seen it, and I've been really wanting him to. Rawhead Rex was so low budget, they kept using the same shot of the monster. It's fantastic. Schlock. Well, I want to check that out now. I don't think I have it. I might have it. We need more Christmas horror like Krampus, Gremlins. I still would like to do a Christmas horror movie along similar lines of a Rob Zombie did in House of 1,000 Corpses. That would be really cool. Like a crazy family of nut jobs on Christmas instead of Halloween. I like The Next Generation because it's cheesy and different, but I hate Leatherface screaming in every scene. Yeah, that was a little bit cringe. Not the actor's fault. It was obviously the way they chose to take him, but I'll have to give it a look, for sure. Gremlins is my favorite horror Christmas film of all time. Love Gremlins. Can't wait for the new one to come out. And I think they're using practical effects, too. I don't think it's CGI. Which, yeah, that's the way you want to go. It's a mess, Huck, but it's enjoyable. Da na 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 na. Which is better in your opinion, Phantasm 1979 or The Omen 1976? That is a tough question, man. I gotta think about that. Damn. I really love Phantasm 1. I really love Phantasm. I really like The Omen. There's a German metal band called Rawhead Rex, and they're really good. Ever seen the Inside Number 9 Christmas episode about Krampus? It's great in my opinion. But Phantasm or The Omen? I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go... I might get some hate for this. I'm going to go Phantasm. I know, I love The Omen, but I got it. I'm going to go with Phantasm. I really, really enjoyed Phantasm a lot. I love how crazy it is. It's crazy. The movie's just insane, and I love insane, crazy movies like that. The Omen doesn't really do it for me. And I can understand that. I mean, there are some great moments in The Omen. I mean, the one moment that really stands out to me is when the maid hangs herself on the house saying, Damien, this is for you, and then just hangs herself in front of all those people. That's an insane moment. Or when the guy gets decapitated with the window. I mean, dude, there's so many crazy good moments in The Omen. Really crazy, scary movie. The kid who played Damien was really good, too. But Phantasm to me was just so much fun. It has more rewatch value to it, in my opinion. That doesn't mean, yeah, I'm not even a big Omen fan. I like parts of it, and it's not bad a movie by any means. No, it's not a bad movie by any means. I actually really like The Omen, too. But Phantasm is fun. Sky, the zoo scene in The Omen is cool. Yeah, when the monkey, the baboons, I think, start attacking the car. Yeah, that was crazy. There's a lot of great moments in The Omen. You know what I mean? Same here. I love the music and Phantasm. It's all for you, Damien. Yep. It's all for you, Damien. That scene still gets to me. My favorite moment was the priest played by Trunt and the second doctor getting impaled by the church spire. Yeah. The spike, yeah. Another great moment in The Omen. It's tough, man. It's tough. I keep going back and forth, but I overall, I think the Phantasm is just more of a rewatchable to me. And if you want to make it on my top 10 favorite movies of all time list, rewatch value is very important. I don't really watch every movie out there. You got to have rewatch value. Damn, yeah, maybe I need to give The Omen another view. Give it another shot, I'd say. How many people after watching The Omen went straight to the Bible to find the last verse in Revelation 666? I did not, but now that you say that, I kind of want to. The Omen was awesome, but the dad should have tried to kill him. That was whack. Shouldn't have tried to kill him. That was whack. Well, I felt the same way about Jennifer and Jennifer's Body. I still need to see Jennifer's Body. I watched I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, Never Again. The first two are the best. I still need to watch that series. But The Omen, the situation with The Omen was that he either had to kill his son or the end of the world was going to happen, or this kid who wasn't really his kid is going to, you know, he was doing what he thought was right at the time, and in all honesty, that child is the Antichrist. He is the end of days. I don't know if I would blame anybody for trying to kill it. Lino, that's the most hated movie. I also like Damien 2, Omen 2. Yeah, I watched that one on the Texas trip, actually. It was on TV, and I watched it. I wasn't a big fan of the political thrillers. Omen 3, Final Conflict was saved by Sam Neill. Michael Stoll, he's got to do a reaction to that one. I mean, whatever, love your child unconditionally. Whatever, love your child unconditionally. Yeah, no, there's truth to that. There's truth to both sides. I can see both sides of the argument. You know what I mean? Like, oh, but he's the Antichrist. We're all gonna die if he doesn't die. It's like, oh god, well that's scary. But if it's like, but he's your kid, man. Never ever watch Omen 4. It pants. LOL. When I finished The Omen, I tried to find 666 embedded in my hair. I wonder how many people actually did that. And the dog, dude. The dog was a cool character too. Pretty much the devil watching after his son as the dog. And the music, too. Yeah, fuck Omen 4. Aye. And the Omen remake. I feel like I want to restart American Horror Story House. Murder House, what with all the Omen talk? Tate Langdon. Evan Peters' character. And the Omen, you know what? I saw the Omen remake on TV a long time ago, and I remember I just did not care for it too much. I just remember that. Joe Den, if I make a movie clip film, would you? Oh, Jordan. Okay, Joden. If I make a movie clip film, would you react to it? Sure. I mean, as long as I don't get copyright claim for it, then yeah, I'll sure. Omen gave Rottweilers a bad rap. Those are the sweetest dogs. Yeah, they kind of did. It kind of did, didn't it? It was a cool looking dog though to use for that movie. I mean, the same could have been said if it was a German Shepherd or anything like that. They would, would have been the same thing. But I thought a Doberman would have been kind of cool. I just remembered another good remake, The Evil Dead. That is an amazing movie, Evil Dead remake, which I actually slightly prefer over the original. Slightly, not 100%, like 10 out of 10, but like I slightly prefer it over the original. I love how crazy, gory, practical effects. I loved almost everything about that remake. I loved Maniacal Cinephile's boots, the reboots of The Omen, old, new. Loved his reaction at the end, where his good personality told him back from attacking the movie. But I get it. They are also scary. Am I the only one who watched Scary Movie before Scream? I don't know. I remember watching Scream before Scary Movie. I think my friend though did. Yeah, Michael Border. When he did a reaction to Scream, I think he explains that he actually saw Scary Movie before Scream. Just like Cujo gave Saint Bernard's got a bad reputation. Yeah, they do that, and it's a shame too. It's a shame. I watched Scream as a kid well before Scary Movie, but I love them both. All the warnings, a comical, great remake. It is. I really wish that remake got a sequel. I wish Evil Dead 2013 got a sequel, because I would have loved to have seen it. Now we're just getting sequels to like Ash vs. Evil Dead and Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, and stuff like that. But that remake was like really scary cool. Cujo gave bats a bad reputation. Bats have always kind of had a bad reputation, though, to be honest. Kind of like mice when, what is that movie? Graveyard Shift came out. Rats have always had a bad reputation. Greetings from Norway. Oh, cool, man. No Norway. No. Does anyone think they'll try to remake Cujo? Probably at some point. Probably. I know they're coming out with a movie called Cujo Dog Force or something like that. I don't know. The Omen vibes like original The Ring vibes. Gives, not vibes. Oh, Gives. Cujo gave rabies a bad reputation. I love Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3. Not a fan of 4 and 5. They need to update. Dude, they really do. Graveyard Shift would be a cool one to update. Brad Dourif made that movie, though. Him as the exterminator guy. Love that. I actually played Damien in Omen 2. Was one of the first crushes when I was 13 in the 80s. Realized then that I liked the Wieners. I'm sure I heard Bruce Campbell is working on an Evil Dead 2. Yeah, he's doing something. Yeah, Nah, the Count and Sesame Street gave Bats a bad reputation. Cujo Dog Force, laugh my ass off. It's no joke. There's a movie coming out, like something along those lines. Yeah. Is that like Paw Patrol? Kind of. It sounds like it, doesn't it? Sounds like it. I know they're remaking Christine. That's going to be interesting. I think it's coming out next year, Christine the remake. I couldn't believe when I heard that they were remaking Christine. Directed by the great John Carpenter, of course. Written by the great Stephen King. That's going to be a tough one to do. That's the original Christine. I didn't love that movie at first, but the more I watched it, the more I started loving it, and I actually love that movie now. Christine is underrated. I agree. Cat Eye was good fun. It was good fun. I've seen it once. I would like to watch it again at some point. I might start season 2 of Tales from the Kryptonite and post it to Patreon, and then I'm also going to start Chucky again and get the 2 episodes reacted to and then released on Patreon. Then I'll upload them to YouTube. Yeah, the first 3 were good, but after that, it was just, dude, Scary Movie 5 was just one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Hands down. Stupid as fuck. Jordan Hollis. Hey, how you doing, Jordan? Thank you for joining us. Paw Patrol, hey, Patrol, we'll be there on the double. No more kids shows about dogs. They've always come out with Paw Academy spinoff series, the Air Bud, Air Buddy, the Santa Paws movie series. Cat's Eye was the movie that gave me nightmares for years as a kid. That troll terrified me. I was like 4 when I snuck upstairs and watched it. Damn. Dan. Cujo is such beautifully made film. Dee Wallace is great as the mom in it, and the kid blew us away with his acting. The kid was fucking awesome. The kid really sold it, yeah. His acting was almost more impressive than the mom's at that point. I was convinced the little troll lived in my walls. I love Brenda in the Scary Movie. She needs her own movie. That'd be cool if she got her own movie. Yeah, Brenda. It's called Brenda. Christine is my favorite book, and I've told that Christine is going to be a TV series, but it might be an internet rumor. I thought it was actually going to be a movie. I wouldn't mind a series. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, if they can make Chucky into a series, I think they can make Christine. But I had a cat who looked just like General, so I was safe either way. God damn. Coffee. Look, oh man. Almost been on here for 2 hours now. Cindy, the TV's leaking. Oh, from Scary Movie, was it Scary Movie 3? Yeah, Scary Movie 3. The Ring. Greetings from Dublin. Damn, thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. It's always cool to hear where you guys are from. Seriously, it's like some of the coolest. We've had someone who's actually messaged us saying, greetings from like South Africa, and I've been just like, wow. Ash Williams versus Freddy Krueger, who would win? That's a tough question, man. That's a tough question, Power God. Because if you're in Dream World, be blunt, Freddy has such a high advantage because he can do anything. But if he's in the real world, Ash has a good shot because, well, for one, he has a shotgun and a chainsaw arm. You guys have watched too many TV shows. No, watching TV shows doesn't create psychos, killers. Canceling TV shows does. The Wayans Brothers was a good show, and we even didn't get a final episode. I was originally from USA, but moved to Dublin. That kid, that makes sense. I'm actually from Seattle, Washington, and I moved to Ohio. I know, right? That kid gave asthma. That kid gave asthma a bad name. Christine, the book features the original owner and buys Christine from him, not the brother. I'm heading off. Good night. Thanks for chat and stream. Take care. All right, Lee. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a great night, man. Sleep well. Sebastian, I bow to your superior movie quote knowledge. Best part of the Ash versus Freddy versus Jason script was that Ash would have had a fight with the little girls who jump rope. Oh, that's awesome. We need an Amanda Krueger series for sure. That would be a rather interesting way to take it. You know, having an Amanda Kruger series. Oh my. I'd love a Dream Warrior series, like where we have a whole hospital full of kids who are fighting Freddy, and we get to see more of the powers and stuff going up against Freddy and stuff. I think that would be an interesting series. I meant Arnie, but buys Christine. Oh, okay, Arnie, yeah. Oh, he actually buys it from the brother, from the guy who passed away apparently instead of his brother. I meant Arnie buys Christine. Hello, spooky travelers. Thank you for joining us, man. Oh man, we're almost to 30 likes. Thank you guys so much for that. That means a lot. Hi, spooky. I'd like to see a Gremlins or a Lost Boys series. Both are getting remakes, actually. Both of them are getting remake movies. I'm gonna watch Scream and Scary Movie after this live stream for sure. Hell yeah, that's an awesome idea. Go for it. Forgot to mention Jaden. The movie clip film and I'm making is Leatherface versus Halloween versus Harry Warden. Oh, fuck. The Blob versus Michael Myers. Well, the Blob will probably win because the Blob can't die. You can't just stab the Blob. Michael Myers, all he can do is just stand there and just accept his death at that point, just dissolve. Those old Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th shows were such a disappointment back in the day. I watched a little bit of Freddy's Nightmares, but never actually sat down and watched the entire series. I've heard bad things about the entire series, actually. Michael Myers, I mean. Yeah, they're remaking the Lost Boys movie, yeah. Yep. And, Gremlins is not getting a remake. It's getting a sequel, I'm pretty sure. Yes, no spoilers, but it gives a different take on why Arnie changes. That is interesting. That is a change I don't mind, actually. I think that's a fine, interesting change. Do you think he'll like regenerate? I have to see Halloween Ends before I can say that. I feel like Halloween Ends is kind of building up to decapitating Myers, but I don't think it's gonna do shit. He's pure evil. That's right, he is pure evil. What if Myers just inhabits the Blob and the Blob becomes like white or black and is now pure evil incarnate? That would suck. It would be hilarious seeing Michael Myers' mask dissolving in the Blob. I would love to see that as a poster, to be honest. That would be a cool poster. What about a film on how Michael escaped Smith's Grove on 30th of October? You know, actually, I really wanted to, back in the day, I was really wanting to make a YouTube web series called Smith's Grove, where I'd find someone who would play Loomis, and we would discuss, and it would be about Loomis's time in Smith's Grove, and when Michael Myers came to Smith's Grove and his entire time there before the events of John Carpenter's Halloween. I thought that would be a fun series, but I've thought about it. Although it'd be funny to see him stabbing the Blob, trying to choke it and shit. What about a film on how Michael escapes Smith's Grove? Turns into a giant Michael Myers mask. That would be awesome. But yeah, no, I've thought about because me and Michael actually want to make fan films and stuff at some point. If this channel gets to a certain point, we would love to make fan films. But I'd much prefer a TV series with Feldman and Newlander returning as the Frog Brothers and training new vampire hunters. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that in a movie though, to be honest. I mean, I'm not like I don't go after web series or like TV shows all the time. I'm actually not like I prefer movies over TV shows by far. But just call me Mrs. Billy Loomis. Saza. Yeah, there is a YouTube skit on Michael getting driving lessons. Yeah, it's like a comedy skit. Yeah, I saw it. And had Kane Hodder as Michael Myers. It's funny shit. The Halloween novel tells you about Michael's time in Smith's Grove. Really? That's awesome, Huck. I actually wanted to get The Legend of Halloween by David Gordon Green and not Seth Rogen, Danny McBride. It was like a book that's like a kid's book, but it's like telling the first movie of Halloween. I want to get that book. By the way, guys, I also plan, and it's up to you, it's an option. If you guys want to send letters, Christmas letters and stuff, the P.O. Box information is down below. I plan on doing I want to do this. I'm not saying we have to. But if we start getting more fan mail, I will definitely do a Christmas unboxing. So I will build up a bunch of stuff that you guys send. If you guys want to send, obviously optional. It can be a letter. It can be whatever you want. And we will unbox it here on the channel. If you have anything from Michael, Please write Michael's name on it. Please write my name on it if it's for one of us, so we know instead of like having to kind of guess. But if you guys want that to happen, then all of our P.O. Box information is down below. We definitely plan on doing something along those lines, whether it be me and him buying us each other gifts or you guys sending gifts or whatever it is. And we also plan on getting those autographs sent out before Christmas, hopefully. The mother, just kidding. When it comes to Vampire Hunters, there can be only one, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There's an Adult Wednesday Addams series on YouTube. It sounds lewd, but she's just an adult. The prologue also, Tiffany Brookside Explore. I can tell you're probably a Sam and Colby fan, huh? Explore. Hey, greetings from Los Angeles. Well, thank you for watching us. Damn, Los Angeles. I think I passed by there once. That's awesome. Thank you for joining us. Holy hell. John Carpenter's The Thing versus the Blob. It's got to be the Blob. The Blob in itself is not like a creature with like physical skin or anything. It's literally a blob that will dissolve you. I'd have to go with the Blob on that one. Movie-wise, I love The Thing more, but if we're talking like what would win, no, she'll always be Aunt Jackie to me before I recognize her as Mrs. Loomis. I'm the only Mrs. Loomis. Hell yeah. But thank you for joining us, Tiffany Brookside. That's awesome. A lot of Sam and Colby fans jumping on in. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Got a lot of fans. We've been on here for almost 2 hours now, folks. Mr. Bates versus Mrs. Voorhees. Happy Mother's Day. Mr. Bates, Mrs. Bates versus Mrs. Voorhees. I'm going to say Mrs. Voorhees on that one. The Blob versus the Blob. Ooh, it has to be the Blob. Hi, I'm back. Welcome back, Vidal. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for joining us again. Tiffany, Sam and Colby taught me how to explore the country. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Do you go and do you explore and stuff? Do you have like videos and stuff of you exploring? That'd be cool. But Voorhees, yeah, for sure. I mean, we went on a trip video actually. We hope the next trip video we have better cameras and equipment, so next time it's not as shaky or as like, cause you know they normally use things to hold up their cameras and stuff, but we did not. We had to use our hands. What would happen if the Thing went into an alien? We would all be fucked. Alien versus Predator. You know, it's interesting, man. I've always preferred Predator over Alien. I love the looks of the Predator. I just think they are so cool looking. Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers versus Michael Myers. I'm going to go with the Creeper because that guy's skin is literally like rubber and it's almost hard to penetrate. Michael is, you know, he's great at what he does, but the Creeper is like, and he can fly. He can like pick Michael up from like who knows how far and just drop him. You should do a horror trip to Amityville. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? We plan on going to the Clown Motel at some point. Abbott versus Costello. I'm going to go with Costello. The Amityville, though, would be really cool. Go to, I think it's in Rhode Island. Chucky versus Leprechaun or Leprechaun versus Wishmaster. I think Leprechaun versus Wishmaster would make more sense because Wishmaster and him are both kind of magical entities and Chucky's just a doll. So I'd probably go with that. No videos yet, but hopefully soon. Awesome, Tiffany. Well, I will subscribe to your channel once you do. Absolutely. Hell yeah. If you start doing exploring videos. Oh, I watched Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein for the first time. Great stuff. Oh, dude, it's a great one. I watch that every year for Halloween. Did not this year, though, because I was so busy. I forgot about Wishmaster. Wishmaster, yep. I got the collection. Thanks to you guys, by the way, for sending those to me. That was awesome of you. Speaking of Sam and Colby, I'm thinking about buying my sister some Sam and Colby merch from their shop so I can give that to her for Christmas because my sisters are like big Sam and Colby fans. A supernatural possessed doll. He technically, yeah, he's a supernaturally possessed doll, but like he can't like flick his fingers and like make someone like lips grow or anything like that, you know. Listen to the song I Got You by Nerd Out. It's a great song. Francis says, epic. Billy versus Stu. You know what, man? I'm going to get some hate for this one, but I actually think Stu is funnier, and I like Stu. I think he's a better character. He comes off to me like he didn't have much of a motive to do what he did. He just liked to kill people because it was fun. I bought a lot of merch. Oh, I have no doubt. My sister, Brittany, I think, has quite a bit of their merch, too. Not everything, but she has quite a bit. I know she's a big Sam and Colby fan, so, like, she'll probably want the merch more than my other sister, but LL Billy for sure. I'm gonna go with Stu. I like Stu more. He's more memorable. He had funnier lines. He had really good he had really good moments. He made me laugh a lot in that movie. Billy was just kind of that. Don't get me wrong. Billy and him worked off perfectly together because one of them was like very serious and the other one was like very hilarious and out there. Is the Terminator considered horror? Yeah, the first one is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I would consider that a horror film. The second one has some horror elements too, but the first one is definitely more of a horror film than an action film. The fake trailer with Leprechaun versus Wishmaster looked amazing. You've won the battle, but the war has just begun. You can't hurt me. You're all out of wishes. Hell yeah. That sounds awesome, actually. I'm not going to lie. Well, this might be the longest live stream I've done in a while. 2 hours exactly right now. I think this is even longer than our Halloween special we did. Can't wait to start doing Christmas videos, though. I really can't. I'm getting really kind of into the holiday spirit. But we also have people decorating downstairs, so. I've met them a couple times, super chill. It's like talking to friends and then YouTubers. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. You see, now I feel bad because I was sitting here talking to the people, my subscribers, and saying, you know, this is only a 6,000 subscriber channel. You know, they have 5 million subs, almost 6 million subs. So my opinion is really nothing. So all I did was like criticize their videos in some regards, like things they could do better maybe in the future that may not make them as annoying sometimes. Don't take that personally, annoying sometimes, but I'm sure that dude, they are probably. I even said they're probably some of the nicest and chillest people you'll probably meet. No doubt, no doubt. Stu had better dialogue, personality, but Billy is totally ruthless. He is. He's more ruthless. Yeah, he's more of that psycho killer kind of guy. Stu, though, was having fun doing it, which is kind of scary because, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's stuff they can work on. I agree. Well, I'm glad you agree with me because I know a lot of people, you know, will be like, hey, you know, they have 6 million subs for a reason. You have 6,000 for a reason. They'll make a big deal about it. But it's just an opinion. It's not, you know, they don't have to take it personally. Let's face it, baby. These days, you got to have a sequel. Absolutely. I mean, true, Arnold's cheeks were pretty spooky in that film. Stu was the man. I just like Stu better. I just like him better. Billy to me came off kind of like that typical kind of slasher guy, very dark. You know what I mean? But overall, I liked them both a lot. Now, Sid, don't blame the movie. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative. That was a great line. He had one. That was a really good line, actually. I was shaking for Colby in the basement. Yeah, my reaction. I felt genuinely bad for him. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be doing that, dude. Especially if you're that scared, I would not have been doing that because like he was really genuinely like scared. Everything that happened in that basement, he would like freak out about to the point where he was almost crying. And I felt bad for him. I was like, dude. And Sam was even complaining, and I'm like, Sam, you really got nothing to complain about, dude. You're outside. You're outside of the house right now. He's actually inside the house by himself in the basement. Hell no. I got to go for the night. I'll be watching both Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer and The Ritual. But it was great chatting with you all tonight. Take care and stay safe, horror fans. Take care, Jordan. Thank you so much, Sebastian, for joining us. I appreciate that, dude. Have a great night. Enjoy those movies and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Keep it retro, man. What am I doing? Huh? What am I doing? Said. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream. We've been going for 2 hours and 3 minutes now. I try to keep every Fright Night 2 hours long at least, so this is really good. I love the scene, but does anyone have a cat door on their garage? I do not. Hey Judd, what's your idea for Texas Chainsaw? Hey Judd, what's your idea for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? Okay, my idea for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. My idea. Okay, my idea for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I would probably try to go back to the original roots of the original film, and though it does have a lot of leeway because it was made in the 70s, I would try to capture what was so special about that 70s movie, but also make it very modern. I would probably do what they are trying to do with the new one by making it at least several years, like 40 years later. But there's not much you can really do. Texas Chainsaw Massacre would not be the first one I would go to as a slasher sequel because Leatherface, you know, he ages. He's not really. He's more of a human than Michael Myers is. It'd be tough. It'd be tough, but I would have to consider. I'd have to think about it a lot. Actually, I loved Hell Week so much. Evidence. Yeah, Hell Week was really good. You're usually on later. I know that's why I made. I know Philip. That's why I actually sent a link to the movie friends thing because I wanted to make sure everybody kind of understood that I was going to be going on like sooner. But I loved Hell Week so much. There was a lot of evidence though for that. That was for sure awesome. Take care, movie friends. Love the chat tonight. Can't wait for the next one. Let's see Leatherface at a rave in the modern day. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Take care, movie friends. Love the chat tonight. I'm not leaving just yet. Gonna talk for a little bit longer since Philip came in a little late, but that was my fault because I normally go live at 7:30 to 8, but I wanted to make sure this time Saza got on because around her time it gets a little bit later. So, we got Mick. That's cool, James. Pyro God, bye. You're usually on later. Goodbye, James. Cool, I'll hang out more. Yes. I'll hang out for a little bit longer. I'll try to go for 2 hours and 15 minutes to give some people who just jumped on in a little bit more time to talk. But yeah, if you guys follow me on anything on social media like Facebook Messenger, specifically Facebook Messenger, keep an eye on that because sometimes I'll leave a link for a live stream and post it there because I know YouTube does not notify people like right away. Sometimes they'll notify people like 11 hours away from after I went live. Crazy, crazy stuff. How are you doing, Philip? How are you doing? Take care. I'll be right back. Famous last words. Leatherface goes to Burning Man. But yeah, that whole question about the Leatherface, like, well, where would I take it? I mean, not really a lot of places you can take that. My fault. I got into something else. I was cooking. Oh, don't worry about it, Philip. It happens, dude. It happens. Don't worry about it. Don't apologize. It's all good. This will be on YouTube even afterwards, so you can still watch the live stream if you wanted to. What you cooking? Very well, thank you. Oh, very well, thanks. You? I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. We've been on here for about 2 hours and almost 10 minutes now talking about Sam and Colby, a lot of stuff. Do you have a dream location for ghost hunting? Tiffany, Brooks, Sides. I would love to go to the Conjuring House, to be honest with you. I would love to go to the Conjuring House. Again, if you watched, I don't know if you were on earlier, but I said I would not be a good ghost hunter because I would get scared. But at the same time, if I knew I was on the verge of catching real evidence, I would probably I'd probably hold my guns down and try to sit there until I caught it. But I'd love to go to the Conjuring House. I would love to go to Clown Motel. There's a lot of places I would love to go, but the Conjuring House to me right now is number one. Number one spot I'd go to. Pork roast and veggies in a crock pot. Well, there you go, man. Leatherface found footage. I feel like that would be interesting for sure. They kind of dove into that kind of concept with the remake when they had the guy going down to the basement with the camera. But yeah, the Conjuring House would be a fun one, I think. But if this channel maybe gets to if this channel grows fast, like really fast, we have debated on actually starting to do that shit. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes going ghost hunting, going to different locations. We actually went to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the gas station from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the filming location, and we stayed the night there in one of our more recent first trip videos, actually. My house is haunted. I always investigate my own home and caught good stuff myself. My house is haunted too, and that's awesome. You caught some stuff in your house. Really cool. Anyone see the new Paranormal Activity? I have not, but I really want to see it. Princess Hearts. Well, thank you, Princess Hearts, for joining. I'm new to your channel. Even sub. Well, damn. Thank you so much, Princess Heart. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the content. We're talking about cooking and Leatherface here. Interesting. I know, cooking and Leatherface goes good together, doesn't it? But thank you so much for subscribing. That's so awesome. No idea how much that means to me. Thank you, thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Also subscribed. Hell yeah! Wow, I appreciate that. We're getting close to that 10,000. Keeping that stuff up. Wow, thank you so much. What are your favorite paranormal movies? My favorite personal paranormal movie of all time is probably the first Conjuring film. I think that movie is just powerful, creepy, and scary, unsettling. The atmosphere is like on point. That one is probably my favorite. If I had to give you more, I would probably go ahead and say The Exorcist. The Exorcist is a phenomenal film. Crazy paranormal, again. Atmosphere is on point, scary stuff. Then I would probably go ahead and Conjuring 2, the Amityville Horror, the original one's pretty good. The Changeling with George C. Scott, really like that one a lot. Those are some good ones. Paranormal Activity 3 is probably my favorite Paranormal Activity movie, so if you wanted a found footage one, there's that one. And my favorite paranormal movie that's found footage is actually The Blair Witch Project. I'm going to the Hotel Del Colorado soon. Cannot wait. That is awesome, Tiffany. That is awesome. You'll have to tell me how it was. If you do a video, I will react to it. If I have your permission, I'll react to it. That's awesome. That is awesome, Tiffany. I really hope you have a fun time and you catch some good evidence if you decide to go ghost hunting. The Exorcist is bee's knees. Is the bee's knees. What are your thoughts about Sam and Colby at the Witch's Forest? I thought that was my reactions up on the channel. I thought that was a very interesting episode. I kind of like lost my cool a little bit when Colby decided to like run off almost like 2 miles ahead of him by himself after they were like yelling at him saying, "Hey, stop, come back. We can't keep up." And that's how you get yourself lost. And I'm like, dude, if that was my friend Lane, I would have been telling him to slow the fuck down, you dumbass. What are you doing? You're going to get yourself lost, and we won't be able to find you until morning. And then there was that moment where they said they thought it was a baby hanging from the tree and that they couldn't, like, they didn't know what it was, and they didn't decide to go up. If that was a real baby hanging from a tree, I would have ran up there and tried to make sure that was a baby hanging from a tree. And if it was, I would have been calling the police. That's what I would have done. And then they heard some screaming. So there was a lot of moments that I was like, I would have handled it differently. But overall, it's still a really good episode. I really enjoyed that one, actually. Thank you for that question. Megan is missing. I've been told to watch that one several times. Megan is missing, yep. But I enjoyed that episode. Again, Princess Art. I really did. There were some things I would have done differently, as I said. Probably would have called the cops if that was a real baby hanging, or if there was somebody actually yelling help, I would have been like, nope, I'm going to get someone up here, and we're going to save that person. That's what I would have done differently. Personally, but I'm not critiquing them. Or trying to. What is your favorite evidence from Sam and Colby? You know what? My favorite evidence actually from them was actually one that was not caught in their video, but a fan pointed out at the end of one of their videos. And that was the most recent one, the Conjuring Home in the House Alone video. And one of the fans pointed out that when the camera was like looking at the house and stuff, at the flickering lights in the upstairs bedroom, that if you look in the corner of the right of the window, you can actually see the little boy that they caught in the video, their last Conjuring video. His little head pokes out from the window. And they didn't see that at first, but that was probably my favorite footage. It was one that they did not expect, and no one else would have saw it unless a fan pointed it out and said, "Hey, I can't believe you missed that." That was really, really something crazy and cool, caught on camera by accident. That was probably my favorite evidence right there. And it was the boy. You can tell it was a kid straight away. So there's that one. I also like the Conjuring video, their first Conjuring video, when they're in the basement and the voices are coming through the, I think it's the spirit box, I think is what it was. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like when you had the headset on and all those voices are coming through and they were literally talking to them as if they were having conversations with like a bunch of ghosts. That was crazy stuff. Those moments are some of my favorite moments of their videos. One of my favorite films is in that genre, Let's Scare Jessica to Death. I have not seen that one, but I have heard of it, Philip. I have heard of it. The soldiers, yeah. The soldiers. There are 7 dead soldiers buried in the walls, yeah. I actually, if it interests you, I actually have the book. House of Darkness, House of Light, written by Andrea Perrin. This is the true story of the Conjuring House, or the first part of the true story of the actual Conjuring House and everything that happened in the Perrin farmhouse. I have not read it yet, but I do own it. I also have the book. Yes. Yes, Tiffany. Yes. I really want to start reading that. I've actually thought about reading it to you guys on live stream, but I have a friend who actually does readings on YouTube who's a friend of mine, and I really don't want to take her, thunder. And trying to help her get more subscribers too. And her name is Spice Rack Studios. She's been doing it read along. She's trying to work on her audio and stuff so the audio comes out clear. But I really want her to continue and proceed with YouTube. So if you guys want to check that stuff at her channel out, that'd be awesome. I think she wants to post more in the future too. Wow, nice book. Overlord is a great movie. Overlord was very underrated. I didn't like it at first. Me and my friend Austin did a review on our channel a while back, like probably about almost 2 years ago. And at first we didn't know how to feel about it. We wanted more horror elements, but overall I really enjoyed that one. I'm obsessed with The Conjuring House. Oh, I have no doubt. Dude, I'm obsessed with it. No, it's a movie where a woman is terrorized by a vampire, or is she? Nice book, thank you. I got to get the other two. It's like $25 per book. But I want to read them all at one point. Also, I don't think I showed you, the people who just jumped on in. Someone sent me this fan mail that was totally a prank. Laughed my ass off. Sellmythongs.com, right? Sellmythongs.com. Worn for at least 48 hours. Worn 2 days plus. Guaranteed freshness, right? And then I opened it, and there's a piece of fabric right here, right? I'm curious to know who sent this, because there was no name on it. And then when you open it, it says, "It's a prank, bro." Right? And on the back, it says, one sec. And on the back of it, it says, look at this. "Sorry to disappoint you, no dirty thongs in here, but whoever delivered this to you now thinks you're weird. Oops, haha." And look what it says on the bottom right here. "Hi, we've been," if that will focus. I don't think it's, "Hi, we've been trying to reach you regarding your car's extended warranty." God. Killed me. When I open that? Killed me. What are your most, what are you, I'm almost done with the book. Oh, good. I mean, that's cool that you're almost done with the book. I still need to read it. 27 likes. Thank you guys so much for the 27 likes. The plot thickens. What are your most thoughts of the first Sam and Colby Hell Week video called Dracula's Castle? I really liked that episode. I really did. I laughed my ass off, though, because I really liked that episode. I really like the vampire vibes, obviously. I'm a big Dracula fan. I love vampires. Classic vampires, not Twilight bullshit. I love vampires, though. And I gotta tell you, I really like that episode. A good atmosphere. I really like the part where Colby is, like, asking all of these questions to the ghost, not even giving the ghost any time to answer these questions, and the ghost literally tells him to be quiet. Made me laugh so hard. The ghost was like, "Be quiet. I can't even talk." That is a funny prank with the card. It killed me. I was laughing so hard. That was good stuff. If you want to hear the full story, go back in the video. I actually tell the full story. Another good paranormal genre film, Burnt Offerings. That's interesting. I've never heard of that one. But as I said before, if we hit 10,000 subscribers, me and Michael do plan on making a video explaining all of our paranormal encounters in our life. We've had a lot of paranormal encounters, and we are going to sit here and tell you guys in a good, professional, hopefully, video about every single encounter we've ever had, and it will be just a one-time thing video, and you guys can watch it and enjoy it, all of that stuff. Near Dark is my favorite vampire movie. I still need to check that one out. My favorite vampire film of all time, though, is Fright Night, the original one. The original Fright Night. Love that film. And then I love Bram Stoker's Dracula, too. Near Dark rules. All right, guys, we have been going on for 2 hours and 20 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you, Francis, for joining. Thank you, Huck, for joining. Thank you, Philip, for joining. Princess Hart says, "I recently watched your vids about the Clown Motel. My question is, why do you like clowns even though in their faces are scary as fuck?" I grew up with clowns. I mean, there was a time, I'm going to go ahead and say it. There was a time when I was young, and every Tuesday at a local restaurant we used to go to called the Royal Spoon, I think is what it was called, the Royal Fork or something along those lines. And we went to this restaurant every Tuesday. And every Tuesday, a couple of clowns would come in. And I was terrified of these clowns at first, but then I started growing attached to them. I thought they were very nice. They gave us balloons. They were cool people. And I just kind of learned to like clowns. I loved Ronald McDonald as a kid. I just slowly kind of grew up into loving clowns. I don't know why. but I really, really enjoy clowns. I know that's crazy, but I do enjoy them. I really would love to go to the Clown Motel, just, because I like clowns. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate Princess Hearts. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. What was your name? Tiffany. Tiffany Brooks side. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. I hope to see your videos if you ever post. Shane White, thank you. I think I said Huck, thank you. Who else? Mick, thank you so much. Sebastian, thank you for joining us. Lee, thank you for joining us. Sky, thank you for joining us. Saza, of course, Saza. Morticia, thank you for joining us. Pyro God, absolutely awesome. Thank you for checking us out. Vidal, thank you so much. Dan, absolutely. I think that's mostly everybody. Trent, thank you. Jordan, thank you. Spooky Traveler, thank you. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining. Yeah, except for John Wayne Gacy. That's a good point. But okay, guys. And until next time, take care. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Keep it retro.